Good game crew here. We are still on the quest for Haedrig's magic axe, masterwork axe, a dwarven treasure from these ancient ages in which we play, 1,000 years before the cataclysmic desertification of the continent, and 2,000 years before our upcoming main campaign. So that's why this is called 1,000 Years Before Campaign Gold. You guys feel free to meme the chat and log in the Twitch TV/GOLDpublic and watch there and respond to anybody in the Twitch chat also if you want to. And hit the emoji macro from your macro quick bar. With that, you can put one emoji and one comment and then a second emoji. And if you just want a single emoji by itself, just blank out the comment in emoji number 2. We're playing in the homebrew world. Yes, we are. We're playing in a homebrew world, and this is like the 3rd campaign or so that we've played already in this world. And one of our players and sometimes co-GM Lex is going to announce pretty soon a new campaign starting also in this world on a different continent. So we're going to keep exploring the different geographies of the homebrew world. Previous campaign was centered around Portlandio, and the current campaign is centered around Iratex. So the party all came out of Iratex. You guys recover from your, well, you start, I guess you actually, what happens is you all, you run. You start this week's session running from a dinosaur, as far as I know.
Yes.
All right, let's hear the comments and the experience of each PC who flees and runs away. Help me tell a little bit more of the story, how you feel. Do you just duck right outside and hide behind a rock or run as fast as you can? Adrian, you saw the dinosaur come in. He's like something like 15 feet tall, I think.
His
big. Teeth are very big. So what do you do, Jesse?
We ran.
Yeah, so you just ran, got the heck out of Dodge as much as you could.
Yep, got the heck out of Dodge. Of course, Lex decided to stay back there and try to be sneaky.
Covered in poop.
Yes, covered himself in poop. He's going to need a shower.
Haedrig, you take off running, but Haedrig, you take off running and you quickly find yourself losing ground to the sandal-wearing Adrian, a human with longer legs. He moves about 120 feet.
Outrun the T-Rex, just the dwarf.
You only have to outrun the dwarf. That's right.
Well, the T-Rex is still going to outrun both of us and eat you just the same.
I'm going to go ahead and take us to the map outside the cave. Is everybody exiting the cave?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you all take off running. Lex, what about you? What's your final experience or departure from the cave for Takisha? Oops. Working on pinging you and the map loading and everything. Okay. That's what we're gonna find out in a second here. Yeah, so I want to find out everybody's initial posture.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna, since I'm slowpoke, I'm not gonna just run out the cave. I'm gonna run out the cave and start climbing back up the freaking rope ladder.
I see. Well, then it'll have to be. Let me get everyone's actions and find out here. Adrian, do you assist Haedrig to the rope ladder, or arriving at the rope ladder before him, you could climb up it?
I'm gonna climb up it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna get up it ahead of him unless you fail some kind of a climbing roll here. So position yourself on the ladder ahead of Haedrig, please, so we can order this. So Takisha, you're the third out of the cave, having hung behind to try to get what you could out of the situation and sneak about a bit. Do you come running out at full speed? Your little dugout trench is still there. What does Chibba Kit do? Chibba Kit comes out and looks both ways, and do you call her to you? Okay, all right. Let's get her out of the mouth of the cave right there. Then okay. All right. The dinosaur comes running out the mouth of the cave. What about the dog? Yeah, let's get the dog's disposition.
Oh, he was running from Gnolls at the time being while trying to find a way back down, so
very
he
good.
doesn't know
Awesome.
he doesn't know any of that's going on.
Okay, so Havar'ti is nearby, but he's at the top of the cliff, and he sees the others, trying to run back up now. Bringing the dinosaur in here. He's coming out the cave door there. Yeah. Okay. So this Gorgosaurus Tex comes barreling out of the cave. He's got his eye just like totally fixated on some member of the party, possibly on Chibba Kit's tail, and he's chasing it. And Chibba Kit had snarled at it, but then it went running because Lex picked her up. So the Gorgosaurus Tex, comes out of the cave to where it's kind of got to like lower its neck and bustle its shoulders to get out the mouth of the cave, but it clearly is able to come and go until it gets quite a bit larger. So it comes out and is chasing you guys down. By this time, Haedrig is at the bottom of the ladder. Adrian's already climbing up the ladder, and they'll both need to make a check. That can be a 60% chance climb check. So 60 or less, you make it up each section, and you have to go up 2 sections. All right, Adrian, you fall on the first section, knocking Haedrig down at the floor. Adrian, you take a d6 of damage for the fall, and Haedrig, you take 2 points of damage. You fall, and Adrian falls on top of you. Adrian, roll your own d6. Yeah, okay. You each take 2 damage and try to roll again. You'll each have to roll 2 d100s under 60 to get up to the top without, things that are happening here are like, we can narrate as we go, but it doesn't just mean you're clumsy. It can mean, the rope ladder is at fault and breaks. It becomes frayed and you start swinging. So Adrian, you make it to the top. 6 and 64 is good enough. 33 for Haedrig. You've made it to the second section, and will you make it to the top before anyone else needs to use the ladder? Yes. Yep. All right. You guys both make it up to the top, and you can reconvene with Havar'ti, your dog, who's sniffing around the edge of the cliff, trying to find a way for dogs to get down. Meanwhile, Takisha, you're hiding out at the bottom, and I'm going to need to roll to see if the Gorgosaurus Tex spots you or not. He does not see you right now. You see him come out, and he starts he's looking around, and he goes over here, and he kind of plops down right in front of the rope ladder, and he starts chewing on this cactus that's over there.
He's a vegetarian dinosaur?
There's a huge dinosaur out there. He's eating on a cactus right now. Okay. Those of you at the top, after 10 minutes pass, you peer off of the cliff, and you would have to do some kind of perception check to see if you even see Takisha, if you even know where she went or not. So mysteriously, the fox lady has not run up the ladder after you. I can still see Lex's cam. So maybe hit reconnect under Silk, when I say reconnect, I mean there's a way to reconnect only your Roll20 cam in the Roll20 settings icon. Not refresh your whole browser, but just go under there and tap reconnect and see if that makes Lex pick back up for you. Because I can still see you, but oops, wait. Who's on silent also? Silk, I didn't hear you just now.
Maybe switching back and forth.
I don't think they are because they're not streaming on their channel.
If I notice that Takisha's not there, and if I notice where Takisha is when I look over, I'll attempt to pee on the dinosaur's face from up top to distract it. Over the edge.
Awesome.
Why
Awesome.
don't you go for the full deuce, man? Drop a deuce and piss him. Or see,
I don't have arms to fling it. I'm not a primate.
It's not a... It's not a perfect cliff. You know, it's not a straight down drop. It's a little bit of an angle. It's a steep one. But your pea is able to jet out far enough to hit the dinosaur, I guess. And it turns around. Let me see how it reacts to that. It starts violently chewing on the bottom of the ladder. So it seems to be like trying to like Havar'ti. The best I could put it is it's like so in other words, it kind of wants you to tug of war the other end, maybe, or if not, it's going to pull your ladder down.
Just like a dog that runs around marking everything. Just whatever pee I got in me, I'm just gonna keep marking them.
All right.
Hopefully making enough of a distraction for Takisha.
Gotcha. So far, it just made him sort of like interested in your position to where he's attacking the rope ladder.
Havar'ti knows he's not strong enough to contest with this thing.
All right, Takisha, what are you going to try to do? You're kind of stuck down there. The party's trying to distract the dino, but, you know, so far your route back up looks precluded. Okay, keep hiding out. Sure. I'll make some more rolls here to see, find out if it locates you. Yeah, it doesn't locate you, and the dog's pee has to come to an end at some point. It only has so much bladder space. The dino last seen was chewing on the bottom of the ladder. Anybody else got another approach to rescue or reunite with Lex, who's at the bottom of the cliff?
Lex can't fly.
yeah, we don't even know where it is. I'm too busy watching the dino. Because
No,
I've never seen anything like this. It is freaking huge.
That's right.
And I'm watching the dog take a piss off the thing on it. And it's just like, wow.
It's cleaning the dino off some.
Someone should inform the dog that people pay for that.
All right. Some more time passes, and eventually the dinosaur goes back inside his cave without seeing Takisha. All right. He's he's eaten.
Covered in dino poop.
He ate cactus and flossed his teeth with the bottom rungs of your rope ladder, causing some partial ruin to it, but it still could be climbable. Takisha, after the dinosaur wanders away, do you exit your bunker? All right. One climb check to get all the way up it without any falls. I think you have your own climb, right? Yeah, you succeeded on it too. So of course you make it up there, and you carry the cat up as well. Oh, very good. Resolved the ending of the encounter from last week, really, with the Gorgosaurus Tex. Well done. It, you know, ate some cactus. It got peed on. It flossed its teeth with the rope ladder. And your rope ladder is partly ruined. I don't know if you were going to recover that or not. Were you going to recover
probably
it?
Should.
And during this time, I'm constantly looking.
Okay, you
for-
recover what's left of your tattered rope ladder. and you can cruise on. So it's really one of those Baldur's Gate like free times now of, I mean, your quest is to find this Gnoll cave, but you can clear up any areas that are in the blackness by waving your ruler tool, going to the edge and then wave your ruler tool the way you want me to clear it up, and I'll do so. Havar'ti, any RPs or clues to tell the party from your exploration?
Once everyone seems to be up top and safe, he'll kind of bark loudly and motion towards the southeast.
What do you find, dog? Masterful work with the dino, too.
Just let out another bark or two and then start heading this way, sniffing, trying to pick up the scent of the gnolls that were chasing him earlier.
Oh, gnolls that were chasing him earlier, huh? Okay. Yeah, you find the scent leading back to the gnoll camp of the one gnoll out of the group of 11 of them that you noticed. I see I need to clear up some map there. Sorry, I was on a different tab. You guys may have been waggling ruler tools and I didn't even notice it. Okay. Is that better, Adrian?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you guys, 40 days and 40 nights. You're wandering in the desert. Yeah, dog, have you conveyed it to the party? Was there a RP there, or just it looks like they're assuming they should follow you, and they basically are.
Yeah, I mean, I barked a few times to get their attention and kept motioning towards this way. Started heading this way after some of them came my way.
I'm researching this crazy Roll20 technique where there's a way that you can put an invisible line that can only be seen by one character with their aura, and it would be like smell lines that were on the map that you could follow around, but I haven't done that yet. That would be kind of cool though, huh? If there was like a little line that only your character could see and you could only see the part of the line that was in your vision range.
Yep, sounds interesting.
Yeah, I think it'd be neat. But I have to make a copy of the map and make transparency for where the lines would go and then give your token an aura that only you can see. That's how I would do it. So I'm thinking about maybe doing that someday. I haven't yet, but you can assume if you remember where the line went from last week, it's basically reversing your path unless you want to take a different route to get there.
No, you just continue back the same way.
Okay.
And after he picked up the scent, if he's able to continue following it.
Yeah, you can follow it all the way down to the corner of the blackness then. I mean, once you get to this spot here, it becomes a little bit of a narrow chasm that Takisha and everyone's going down just now. And let's see. Havar'ti, you can detect that there are at least a few of the gnoll guards on the ridge ahead. They're probably going to be able to run towards you, and if they catch you in this canyon, probably melee you probably one at a time as far as the width of the walkway here.
Barry will just stand his ground and let out a low growl if he notices something approaching him.
Let me clear up map then for this. All right. There is some map space now. And this go. I think I'm going to put the gnoll or whatever gnolls there may be on one initiative. Okay, now just because I'm initiating it doesn't preclude you guys from parlay or whatever. It doesn't have to be a fight. That's totally up to you guys what you want to do. But Havar'ti has seen a gnoll down the way just a bit, and the gnoll sees you also and seems to be approaching you with a bow and a short sword. To the right is about 20 feet, and to the left is about 40 feet. Down. They're both down. So it's like you're on one of those, you know, if you watch very many on like BMX or downhill bicycle racing videos, you know, like you're on a part that's a hump. It's a hump. So it's quite, you know, in terms of bicycling or walking, if you go just a few steps off to either side, you could fall quite a long ways. But if you stay on the ridge line, you'll be able to track down the whole path. Mm-hmm. It's hard to illustrate that sort of, but that's how I picture it being here. Oh, with that, actually, you got a surprise ahead of everyone, and you can do a double action. So you've got a round of surprise and then the first initiative. So you do climb down. All right, let me clear up the valley for you then. As you're climbing down, you'd start to see more of the valley. I mean, it's basically a large open desert area that stretches out quite far. And it's a little desert depression area, but I'm going to clear up enough to hopefully help you a lot. Like that. You do see to your north, some kind of a cave is down there. Okay. Let me give you that. There. Is that enough to detect that there's a cave? You'd have to go up there for me to clear out more. I cleared up some. That probably takes you your whole first turn at least to scramble down there. Maybe both of your turns. I don't know. Go ahead. Yeah. Clear up a little bit more for you over there, but that's pretty much it. You spend both your actions moving. And I think there's see if you can minimize that turn tracker a little bit on your, or put that in make it where there's blank space at the bottom. You can hide that part. Stream looks good. Oops, I think I just hid you. I meant to reveal it. Oh, I'm trying not to clear up too much of the center of the desert at the same time. Okay. Let's see. Lex, from down there, you can maybe see the heads of the enemies in your party, in part, you know, because they're kind of like displayed up there on the rise. But at the same time, also, you're at the bottom of the hill compared to them, so it's hard. You can't really, even though you've gotten closer to the Gnoll party, you can't gauge how many of them are up there on the rise because they're mostly beyond your field of vision up there. There is more of them. You can hear activity of more of them, I'll say, from the top of the rise. Okay. Adrian's turn.
So we just see one Gnoll at the moment?
You can take a look down there and it's daylight, and so you notice that there's a small crowd of Gnolls who seem to be like, how can I call it? They have maybe a little guard station, some kind of a guard station or encampment here to catch anybody that's coming down through the back door, that's coming this way, down this path. So there's actually 3 or 4 of them. But one has charged up the path towards you and is kind of blocking your way from descending any farther.
Do Gnolls speak common?
Maybe.
Howdy, Mr. Gnoll.
Let me check if they speak common. I think he's going to respond to you. He says, but it's in a guttural, sort of barky kind of voice, and he says, "Get back the way you came, human."
We're looking for a holy cat.
That's not a very good dog voice.
The temple has sent us to find a holy cat. We were told it went this way. Have you seen it?
Is this a fake? Is this a fake quest? Okay, Jesse.
Sure.
Yeah, obviously my Gnolls that I'm playing have no idea. Okay, so he says, heck yeah, we saw your cat and we ate him last night.
You ate the holy cat? You realize it was poisoned, right? You're going to need to seek treatment immediately. Looks at Haedrig and Havar'ti, and they ate the Chibba Kit.
He looks down at his belly, rubs his belly for a second, and says, "I feel fine about it. And in fact, I think I might eat some human next."
You sure you wouldn't rather have some dwarf or some dog first?
Is that dog that was spying down here earlier? Is this your dog?
Dogs don't spy. He was probably just looking for something to pee on.
Well, he can't be marking his territory around here unless he's owned by our tribe.
We're just passing through trying to find a cat.
You can't pass this way.
What if we paid you?
If you give us the dog and he has papers.
I can't give
While
you
they're
the dog belongs to the temple.
While they're in the middle of bartering and arguing, I'm gonna kind of shiver and start to grow and just pounce on this guy.
All right. Okay. Yep. That's fine. You got the same initiative as Jesse. So while Jesse's parlaying with him, the dog starts. It's like the Gnoll is a dog man. So it's kind of like when a dog fight does start. They both bristle at each other, and the dog man sees you coming, and puts his claws up, and before you know it, they're both like tumbling up and down in the dust, and it's a little hard to make one out from the other. But go ahead, Chris, and roll some kind of attack for that, I'd say.
Yep, I did.
Okay. Let me check his AC. Get familiar with that again. Okay, good. I filled that in. You got a hit with the paw and then another hit with the paw. And your bite is a miss. Is there anything that happens when you get your knockdown percent when both your paws hit? And there's your knockdown roll. And that is good enough to knock down a Gnoll. So you knock him on his rear, and he kind of starts sliding down the path. Here, I kind of put him on his head upside down. He's knocked down, and you can pounce on him. Does that look okay?
Yep.
All right, let me check if you killed him here. The damage is not enough to kill him though yet. If you would have bit his throat, maybe, but you'll have to bite him next turn. Our dwarf barbaric priest, Haedrig, played by SolidHybrid, is next. And this is your quest. You're the leader.
Okay, well, I run up. Dog's pounced on the Gnoll, and let's see if I can hack into him while he's got him pinned. So 15 to hit.
It's a hit. Yep. So you know that, or I don't know, maybe I didn't tell you this. Anyway, it's a situation where the two of them are tangling, I feel like. And so if you did get a natural one, you might accidentally hit the wrong dog. Your hit 15 is good enough to hit the Gnoll man on the ground, though, for 5 points of damage. And it's not quite enough to kill him. So we'll go to the next player, which is him. He begs for mercy.
You ate my cat. How can I give you mercy?
He says basically just, don't kill me and let me go back to the troops and see if I can work something out about letting you guys get through here.
No, I can't trust you now. You ate my cat. And you might have stolen my sword or axe or whatever the hell it is.
He burps again and he's like, he says, hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay. The Gnoll says, axe, what they say, me say. They told me, Me know nothing about axe. No axes around here.
That makes you even more useless than before.
Don't ask me about no axe.
I asked you one last time before you die.
No, Gnolls use short sword and bow and quarterstaff. We don't use magic, and we don't have any axes. So let me go, and I will go and make a deal with my troops for you guys to pass through here on your hunt for your, a new kitty. All right, that's his turn. Does anybody else dialogue with his plea? Can you guys give me a disposition towards him?
I say kill him.
Yeah, I mean, I would kill it outright, but I mean, if we can get information, I'm willing to pump it. Meaning, where's your cave? Where's the rest of your gnolls?
All right. As you guys continue interrogating him, several bow shots come from down the way a bit. So they're kind of on the edge of the map here. Oops. Hold on, I messed up the graphic. All right, well, it's still the Gnolls collective initiative because I decided to do them all in one this time. A couple of Gnolls fire at the party, which contains the 1 hit point fallen prone Gnoll who is begging for his life, the dog who is bristled and grown to an unusual size, and the dwarf who's probably now shorter than the dog, in fact, who is grilling the Gnoll who is pleading. So 2 others shoot. And let's see who they shoot at, and if anyone hit. Okay, 1 shot hits the Gnoll that's on the ground and kills him. 1 shot has a 15 going against Haedrig. That is a hit, I think. I think that's a hit.
Is that a hit?
Yeah, I think you got AC 14.
Yeah, I do. So that's a hit.
Okay, so he's got a modified 15, so he hits you with a short bow arrow, which does 4 points of damage. Ouch. You still alive, man?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I know you've taken damage twice recently. All right, and the 3rd arrow is going to come up a miss against, it wouldn't hit any of you, but it was probably near the dog. That's who I was comparing it to, and it's a miss. And there's also a 4th arrow, that's right. And the 4th arrow is also another miss. Goes zinging by you all. And clings away after hitting the dirt. All right. Takisha's turn. Unless you want me to re-roll initiative at that point. I guess this is the point where I normally re-roll it, but I think I might give you a turn here and then I'll re-roll it after that. So it's kind of like you get another quickness action. It's the end of round 1. All right, it'll take you 2 full rounds, 2 60-second chunks to get to the top. If you choose to stop halfway along and try to, I don't know, lob something up there or whatever, you can. But I think right now you just basically spend your round climbing halfway up. And I re-roll the initiative just to keep things fresh. Takisha's fastest again. Yes, you will. And your attack roll. Oh, sorry. What happened? You probably have to have your token selected. Where's Koo? Where's Koo? Koo doesn't have a token down here?
Probably wasn't this last time, yeah.
Oh, well, okay. No wonder he's not.
I forgot
No
all
wonder
about
they're not
Pokemon too.
in the game. Yeah, sorry, Silk. Why can I not hear Silk? Is they're doing something else, or? Okay. Let me find a token. Here's a token.
Noise.
I mean, I'm all about just putting Ku back with the party right now and just assuming that they caught up. Awesome. Did you do a hit roll for it? Okay, awesome. I guess I don't know why I don't see the 19. I just feel like, oh, there it is. Oh, so sorry. Sorry, it's because I put that Ku thing in the way. Okay. Yep. And so the 20 regards your knockdown or is a second attack? The 20 is your type. Head kick. Thank you. Gotcha. 6 points and you knock down the Gnoll. -6. There we go. And that Gnoll's knocked down. Got it. I turned him on his back on the map to signify. In an episodic fashion, Avengers style, would be if King Ku was here to rejoin the party, but you see a cutscene in which King Ku is wandering the desert searching for his friends, for their friends.
There's a Silk.
Oh, Silk. You've been wandering the desert searching for your friends, having completed your last mission and heard that they went out here. You hear a clash in the distance.
I hear it.
Down a rocky path leading to the southeast, you hear a clash of weapons and barking.
A clash of weapons and barking. Well, that sounds like people I know. Does it sound like friendly, like weapons and barking, or like a more of a urgent, like for real fighting?
There's fighting occurring.
Yeah,
there's fighting occurring.
All right, wait. Oh,
yeah. It sounds like that way that like if you're in the farmer's market, Silk, and two people walk by with dogs in the opposite direction, and one of the dogs is a bad dog.
Yeah,
and they start like and everybody around gets really uncomfortable because the dogs like instantly started fighting. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's our dog, right?
And you have to pull them apart and things like that. So yeah, it's some dog on dog.
Little dog on dog action. I will move. Then, like that's basically my whole movement right there, right? 40 feet-ish. So
yeah, it is technically because of where you were, but I just wanted to RP your re-entry to the party. So yeah, you can move to whatever position you want to be in when you get there, and then yeah, you can go from there next turn.
Okay. Yeah. So all I've heard the noise. I guess I stayed outside the cave when the party went in yesterday because I was busy doing like island stuff. In the islands we don't go into caves. That's what are you doing apparently. And so I stayed out here.
Risky. You may need to learn to go into caves at some point, but yeah, definitely risky in your culture.
So
you
we
stayed get flooded out
up there and then rejoined the party, but I was in the midst of communing with my ancestors or swearing vows to God to restore my lost time. The party up, so I just with everybody. Now I'm back. I'm ready. My sword is drawn and it's not drawn. I am feeling feisty. So
back.
It's me or itself.
Yeah, that was robot. We may all be robot-y, I don't know.
Yeah, everybody.
What happened to our room?
I don't even understand.
Okay, it came back. Came back. Just the internet choked for a minute.
No, it's this Windows update. It has blanked my sound setup so badly you just can't even believe it.
Oh, Microsoft. Havar'ti, what will our oversized Wisehund dog PC do?
So using my intimidation in WP, an attempt to intimidate them by crushing the Gnolls skull beneath me as I bound towards the closest one and attempt to shove him off the cliff.
Awesome. Awesome. So you're going to crush the skull of the dead one while jumping over it and going to attack another one that's standing?
Yep, I just kind of step on it on my way,
Okay.
way over.
All right, no roll for the skull crushing then. That's, I guess, let's see, did you say you crush him and throw him over the cliff or just crush him?
I basically just step on his face as I'm heading towards him.
All right. I'll make a symbol for that.
Squish.
And then go ahead and be rolling your attack. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I'm making a symbol.
Do you want me to roll a regular attack or like some kind of grapple or something? I'm attempting to shove him off the cliff.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like do your regular attack, and if you get the double paw, you can shove him off the cliff.
Okay.
Like if both paws hit. I think that's a fair metric for it. And both paws don't hit. So both paws don't hit, so you just barrel into him and knock him backwards a little bit, but not off the cliff. You just start tangling with him, similar to the scene afore described when two dogs start tangling. So he comes up at you, but I mean, you come up at him, but he's already getting out his defenses and starting to knock you away. So you're not able to get a hit with your bite either.
Yep.
I'm just gonna make it easy for myself.
Okay. The blood of a crushed gnoll is making the path slippery in front of you to get to the bottom.
Mud blood.
You're welcome, guys.
What is 2d4 plus 1, Adrian? Oh, are you?
Cure light wounds on myself. So.
Oh, on yourself.
Yep.
Smart.
So I'm filled back up, and I'm done.
You cure yourself. Adrian, your turn.
Well, I guess we need to put these
Toga
dogs
wearing
to sleep,
enchanter. Yeah. That's probably a good idea.
since that's the only spell I know.
I know it's known in D&D for being a spell that gets quote unquote spammed or just reused a lot because it's effective. So these guys have 2 hit dice
useful.
each. So roll up how many hit dice you're able to affect of them. There's 1 dead, 3 alive nearby, and 1 alive in the distance. You can affect 2.5 of them, so I think that means just 2, and then it stops. Putting symbols on them, and I'll probably go ahead and lay them down also. So the gnolls scratch at the ground in front of them a little bit, and well, one of them scratches at the ground and makes himself a little cool area in the dirt and kind of lays down on his back and starts sleeping. Another one. How did you knock one down, Lex? One's knocked down from Lex somehow. Or no, I guess that's from... Oh, yeah, you kicked him in the head with a... Can you describe that one more time, please? So you do martial arts? So you came... Gotcha. Uh-huh. So all at once here in this one round, it looks like, yeah... Takisha knocked one down and 2 were put to sleep. One that was put to sleep was the one that was tangling with Havar'ti. So he basically has went for like a sleep hold. Like he taps out. He was going to fight with you, Havar'ti, but instead he opts to just kind of like go limp and passes out on the ground in front of you. There is another gnoll just off the edge of the map, and he comes out. And he gets a different position over here, and he starts scrambling down the hill. See how there's a down cliff here? So he scrambles down the cliff there. I can leave his head there for a second just so you see what I'm talking about. Okay. There's 2 sleeping gnolls, 1 dead gnoll, and 1 prone knocked over gnoll. the prone knocked over one tries to bite Takisha's feet. That's probably going to be a hit. Is a 19. And it is a bite on your foot for 2 points of damage. Roll20 is giving me a connection error. Tell me if you guys get that too.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or if
nope.
seems like the whole.
Mine looks normal.
Seems like the internet's maybe having a DDS or hiccup or something. I don't know.
A DDS?
Mine showed everyone disconnect and reconnect a minute ago, but it's all back to normal.
Maybe it's a DSA. I don't know. It's having an HICHU hiccup. By the way, I can. Yeah. All right. Sounds like we all need to.
I have no issues at all.
Cams are froze up. I'll do a reconnect also, I guess.
Yeah, I only got 2 cams back, or mine and Chris's back when I reconnected. I don't see anybody else.
Okay, give it a second because I'm doing a reconnect right now. Or I just did it and I may do it again.
Yeah, I lost Lex a long time ago. He just froze on his screen and it's just been gone.
The power of Christ compels you. Cleanse your PCs. I've got a Chris. I've got a Silk. Nobody else.
Digital Jesus.
Isn't that like an REM song?
No.
It could be.
But it isn't because it's.
I regret to be off
Christmas
cam,
death
but I'm
machine.
gonna just keep rolling. You guys tell me if my cam does come back on. I mean, it's on for me, so tell me if it does come back on. If it doesn't, in several minutes, I'll try a reconnect again.
Let me reconnect myself. It might be the.
Okay.
I didn't even wait. There's you. Now I lost Chris.
I just hit reconnect to see if I can get back to.
Takisha, you're super fast. You must have a high dex.
There's a GM.
Now I got everyone but Silk.
Oh my God! Seriously?
There you are. There you are. We're good.
Yes. Now we're back to normal. Yep. We got us all. Okay.
I don't know that normal is the right word, but back to status
Back
quo.
to 3 cams.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Oh wait, and I see I'm broadcasting there. All right, that needs to be that. Perfect.
Optimal, ideal. I don't know.
It'll stay this way for what? 20 minutes, hopefully.
It does. It does look like Silk. It looks like you're broadcasting your mic through Roll20. Also, it has a little symbol of that on your token on your avatar.
That. So, do you hear it through there, or is it muted? Because I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm not listening, or it's not coming through. It's not coming through twice. It just says the symbol, so I wasn't sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I see the symbol, but I can't tell which one means muted because the button doesn't change from mute to unmute. It just always says mute, and there's no line or anything to say it's
If you go
working.
to the options, there's an option that says broadcast to other, select video only, and then
I can't do video only because if you do video only, then you don't get the ability to pause your video.
It takes away the pause.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
have to mute the voice.
All right. Well, let me see the symbol for mute again, or the other one. It's a talking symbol, so it looks like that would. It looks like no symbol would be muted, and the talking symbol would be on.
Okay.
But
so
I don't know.
There's no symbol right now, right?
Right.
So I don't have anything clicked, and you're not hearing me.
We hear you.
We hear you through Discord only.
Yeah, through Discord. But now there's the symbol because I clicked it, and it makes a difference.
Audio is the same either way. Yeah, audio is the same either way. I think it's a talking symbol though. I don't think it's a mute symbol. I think it's a talking symbol.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's my theory because it looks like a quote mark. Okay.
It does. I mean, it sounds good.
Yeah. I'm going to give you some map then. You see that the cliff leads down to a step, a terrace. It leads down to a terrace. So it leads down a ways, and then it also leads down further. So do you want to go on the steep part or the part that takes you to the terrace? Okay, so you go directly down the steep part, skipping the terrace entirely. Because he might have gone on the terrace. You're not sure which way he went. Oh, okay. All right. Do you have any way to look for specific evidence of which way he went? You don't see him from the terrace. Yeah. What you'll be able to detect him. Just tell me what way you use. Do you want to look somewhere, smell, listen? All right. Do you have sense because you're a kitsune? Okay. You're able to detect that the dogmen are congregated in the valley to the southwest of you right now. So if you go climb down off the western side of the terrace. You start climbing down there, and as you go down, you see he's on the cliff ahead of you. I will reveal enough now for you to see that, actually. There also seems to be a cave entrance down at the bottom with another gnoll standing in front of it outside. You watch him. You try to catch up with him. The first you can catch up with him is along the cliff wall if you really want to tangle with him while you're on a descent. Okay. You moved fast enough in this round to go ahead and so you skitter down the first cliff and across the terrace, detecting the scent of the way that the gnoll went. You quickly get on that wall that he's climbing down still, and you skitter down to the position where the gnoll is. Tapping at him with your feet as you go. So give him a kick. Or whatever type of maneuver. Ooh, okay. You knock him off the wall and down to the ground where he lands on his face at the bottom of the rock wall, no doubt with a few broken bones. And he's knocked out also. He got knocked out from the fall. Where's my roll? Okay, there it is. All right, you drag the gnoll body and start hiding that, and that takes up your turn, or you're probably still working on that for the beginning of your next round, because you did the movement and the kill. So you start to go about the process of hiding the body. You find 10 gold pieces. Havar'ti.
Havar'ti is going to wrap his mouth around this skull or this gnoll's head and clamp down.
Ow.
This one right here.
Yep, the same one he was attacking before.
Roll a hit roll on him. He is prone, so anything above a 10, you'll get him. So you got hit. He's already knocked down. 5, 10, 15. It's enough to kill him, so that's a 1 kill. So can you talk about that a little bit more?
Just while he's lying there passed out, he puts his teeth around the side of his head and squeezes until it stops moving.
You defeated him. That guy's passed out. All those guys are done, but Takisha, you hear and Takisha, you're feeling very sleepy. And you notice that the warm blood and the warm body and the warm fur of the fallen gnoll, and you choose to sort of start to curl up with it, and just in Chibba Kit also is like kind of like little and seems to like want to take a nap as well. So you're feeling very nappy. You go to sleep, Takisha. You can put a little sleep icon on your character. The voice came from the west of you. Solid.
Okie dokie. I guess I run up to whatever Gnoll is. They're still alive. I mean, which one's still here?
Mm-hmm. Roll a quick d20 for me as you go along the way there. All right, you succeed. You successfully run right through the pool of sticky blood and up to the fallen Gnoll. That Gnoll got knocked out by Lex kicking him in the face. He still has 8 hit points though, so you can run up to him and crush him if you're able.
Yeah, and he's prone and out, so I'll just roll
a 10.
to attack, and
yeah, I do 10. Points. I do AC 10 on it. Some people do automatic hit, but I don't like that.
All right, that's fine.
So, you do slay the fallen Gnoll, and King Ku rejoins the party.
I see everything is taken care of now that I've rejoined the party.
It's really not. There's 11 Gnolls at least in the tribe, but all the ones that you can see. There's one who's fallen down who's asleep but alive.
Yeah, how can I know about the ones I don't see?
You don't know any of it. Scrub your mind.
A player found out. A player found out, but the player is a dog, so I don't know. I mean, the dog technically can speak common. He just doesn't often. So it's up to you guys, RP wise, what Chris's character conveyed. I'm not sure. Sorry about that.
I haven't shared
anyway.
All right, so I will move right here just to make sure that there's nothing coming around this corner.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can move to there and still do an attack. I will reveal more that's up around the corner since you choose to look that way rather than going kind of doubling back for a rear attack.
Yeah, I mean the guy's on the ground knocked down. I'll let like the thief.
All right, that's smart. Smart.
You don't get to be king.
All right, there I freed up.
Stupid.
I freed up map for you, and basically, this is a further.
You don't get to be
like a BMX path, kind of.
Stupid.
It's kind of leading down this way.
It looks like an arrow indicating I should go that way, so I feel compelled to walk.
All right, well, you moved like half your movement rate so far, so you could do an attack or a search or a keep moving. Yeah, that's what you see when you get to the corner.
Once I get there, then, because I heard like the guard, so I guess it's a guard post. I don't really expect to be seeing a bunch of Gnolls right there, but I'll just listen to see if perhaps there's a patrol coming. You never know, perhaps they're getting a relief shift or something. So I'll listen down the path, and if I detect no particular like marching Gnolls or whatever, then I will announce to the party, there are no Gnolls coming down the path. God, I forgot my
Okay, you check first that path, and there are no Gnolls. And then, did I interrupt your RP? Sorry.
No.
Did I talk over your RP?
No. I forgot what my character's voice was, and that wasn't it. As soon as I did, I was like, that's not it.
Oh. We'll try again. Also, yeah, feel free to reintroduce yourself to the party at any point. But as to the Gnolls, you look to the northeastern path, you find none. You look to the eastern path, and you notice that there's some kind of a bunker here or an outcropping.
Well, those seem like very different things. An outcropping would be like natural stone.
Okay.
Whereas a bunker would be something that would be constructed.
No. Yeah, this is not constructed. It's maybe probably more of an outcropping.
Wait, grunts labored in the heat to make this bunker.
I was like, wait a minute, they've got machine guns on us. So,
it would be a strategic
artillery.
It would be a strategic place to put a cannon, probably.
Well, I mean, I'll just make it simple. You guys, you're standing there like a big oaf, looking around. Haedrig goes, "Go!" Follow the fox. She went that way.
And I can see Takisha down.
No, probably not. She was trying to hide the Gnoll, and then she went to sleep in the dust at the bottom of a cliff, which is really not even the cliff you're on. It's kind of like 2 cliffs down.
All right.
Like you'd make it safely to the terrace, and then you'd climb down again to get to where she is.
You climb.
Okay, slide. Tumble.
Plummet. It's what I did last time.
True,
A lot of
Takisha.
healing.
When they do get a view of the of Takisha down there, they might think that you're dead since you're down there curled up with the Gnoll, but we'll see.
Nothing like, right? Nothing like dying to a fall to be an ignominious death for an adventurer. All right, here we go. Next turn then. All right, so yeah, Haedrig yells, and I will do the suggestion of my solid compatriot Dwarf next turn.
Yeah, I'll take Haedrig's advice and head for the fox.
It's kind of one of those unceremonious type suggestions where, you know, I'm bearing a battle axe on the Gnoll's skull, yelling, "Over that!"
Without your ladder, you've got a 40% chance of climbing down it without tumbling. You'll have to roll once for this section. It's a 20-foot section, and one roll for this section. That's about 20 feet also.
So couldn't I just like cast Featherfall and jump?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Wish you could take somebody with you on that. As you're feather falling, you see a valley spread out below you with a little bit of grass and some desert.
Grass is good.
Due to the angle that you're jumping, you're basically like jumping from the top of the waterfall sort of out. And so there is a cave that you'll soon see. When you land and turn around back towards the cliff, you'll notice there's a cave entrance. As you're jumping down, you see a Gnoll who is wearing red and has a quarterstaff with him. He's wearing a similar outfit colors to the guards that you met earlier.
These low-class Gnolls not wearing togas like responsible people do.
He's got a nice robe, I think. It's red and it's trimmed with gold. And you also see the body of Takisha in a Gnoll sleeping at the bottom, and Chibba Kit is curled up on Takisha's back, sleeping out of the dust.
Did not know foxes slept with dogs.
I didn't know they slept right in the middle of combat.
I kicked Takisha so she wakes up.
Takisha's sleeping. Any RP on the sleep? I would rule that Adrian's action was feather falling down, so I think he's intending to kick you, but that hasn't been resolved yet because we'll see on next turn. His feather fall, he jumps off the cliff and whoosh, gently drifts down. So you know, if you were to wake up and flutter your eyes while sleeping, you would get probably like an up toga shot of Adrian flapping in the wind. But you're sound asleep, so you don't notice.
All right. So after my last awful attempt to go down a cliff, this time I will use a rope. I will find some way to, if there's no rock that I can secure it around, then I will use a piton and anchor it into the fucking
Cool
rocks there. I'm pretty sure I have that on my, let me just double check, make sure I have that on my character sheet.
Cool.
I think
so. That's like a spike or something.
Yeah, it's a climbing spike thing.
There probably would be rocks here, but I still like the spike idea.
Okay, so yeah, I will put the spike. I'll spike the thing, and then hopefully that will add a little bit to my chance to get down the hill, and then I will go down as well.
All right. You've got a 60% chance of making it without a tumble. So a D100 60 or less with your aided by your rope and your great strength.
All too easy.
Unfortunately, you fall for d6 points of damage and land on the terrace. You can roll up your own d6. Womp, womp. Dwarf.
So, I see him as, spikes well, this other one's sleeping, isn't it?
Yeah, he is. Yep. He's sleeping, but he's at full hit points.
Did I make it down just one section, and do I have to go again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Rip the fucking dream.
Okay, well.
Sorry.
Oh, I made it.
Eek. We need to level up to second level soon. After the Gnoll adventure.
So,
all right, so there, I made it. I'm here.
I look at the dog, and I tell the dog, "We're going down," and then tell him, "This guy's still asleep. Eat him." And then I grab go over to the piton, grab the rope, and begin to shimmy down. So,
all right.
And that's a D100 for under 60.
Yes, for this one it is.
So I make that
easily made it. All right. I think that would take up your round, moving at dwarfy climbing speeds. Chris?
Almost not wanting to because he told me to, but still knowing that it has to be done. Havar'ti will do the same thing. He'll wrap his jaws around his head and clamp down.
Yeah, you can throw your roll in the chat. I went ahead and pre-killed him because I think you're going to. Except for you got a natural 1, so what happens on that? But you're okay, you don't kill him after all. I wish I didn't advance kill him. My bad. I'm gonna unkill him and give him back
He's
what
been
hit points
resurrected.
he has. All right, my bad. I jumped the gun. So you do bite him for 4 points of damage, but you also get a natural 1 miss with your first paw attack. So what happens? Take a tumble?
I slipped in the blood of the other one on the way there.
All right. But you bite down on the dog man and bring him some damage. The Gnoll's turn. What happens, Jesse, or anybody, AD&D players, when you're asleep and you get attacked? Can you wake up?
You get a chance to wake up, yeah.
I think you.
Normally they would get a free attack, and then you wake up from the attack. But
yeah, so he starts the Gnoll starts
Slapping
waking
or
up.
wounding awakens affected creature, but normal noise does not. Awakening requires one entire round.
Okay.
Magically sleeping opponents can be attacked with substantial bonuses.
Yes, I gave him the bonuses. Okay, fair enough. So he stands up. He spends the entire round standing up. Or the Gnoll seems to be waking up since you bit him.
The Gnoll is erect.
I think it's time that I rolled. Do you feel like you went this round? No, you haven't gone. Okay, it's your turn, Adrian.
So there's this.
Yes, he's erect again.
Quarterstaff wielding, non-toga wearing Gnoll over here, right?
Oh yeah, there is. I'll free up a little bit more map since you look in that direction.
Does he look?
He's running towards the cave mouth. By the way.
He's running towards.
He's now standing in the cave mouth.
It's getting the best of me.
Yeah.
My tunnel vision always gets the best.
Well. Do Gnolls count as people or monsters?
There can be Gnoll casters, yes. Gnolls can even be PCs. PCs can be.
I mean, for the purposes of charm person.
Oh, I think they are a person. Yeah, Gnolls are persons.
Okay.
Yeah, they're humanoids.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a charm person on the Gnoll.
Okay. He probably gets, what, a saving throw for spells? Maybe modified by his intelligence? I can check too if you need me to. I think that's what it's going to be. I'll roll it in case it is that.
He gets a saving throw. Versus spell to avoid the effect. person includes any bipedal, human, demi-human, or humanoid of man size or smaller, such as Gnolls.
He fails. He fails his saving throw.
Howdy, new friend.
Hello. I don't usually get a lot of friends like you guys, but I guess you're okay.
How's life here in the desert treating you?
It's getting a little better lately. We've been having a little bit of success in the clan, and we've been able to stop any adventurers that have came by this way. You know, non-friendly ones. You know, like
That's
that
good to hear.
like that one over there that I just put to sleep. She's we need to take care of her. Good buddy.
You don't want unfriendly adventurers running around. Say, have you happen to seen a dwarven axe running around here lately?
Let's see, what did they tell me to say? We have no axes. We have quarterstaff. Yeah, I have a quarterstaff, no axes. But look over here, there's this dangerous fox lady that killed one of my friends. And since you're my new friend, we should dispose of this fox lady while she's sleeping. She's dangerous.
I think we can just leave her alone while she's sleeping.
She's very dangerous.
I doubt that. She's just a fox. What can a fox do against a mighty gnoll?
A desert fox is basically like a wannabe canine. Come on, help me out.
I told you to say you only had quarterstaffs and not axes.
No one told me that. Did I say that? I never heard of axe. What is axe? No, we don't use axe.
That's a pretty sharp quarterstaff you have there.
It's not an axe. You want me to show you?
No,
I can't hit my friend. Here, I'll show you on.
Sharp, right?
I'll show you on this fox lady over here. I hit her with the quarterstaff and show you.
Oh, you know, if you hit her, you'll wake her up.
If I hit her hard enough in the face, maybe she'd never wake up.
Foxes are pretty durable. I'd be careful about that. How long have you had that quarterstaff? It's pretty wicked looking.
Since first level.
Does it do anything special?
I see what you're saying. It is kind of a special looking quarterstaff. Yeah, it's good at hitting people like you in the face, except for I wouldn't hit you in the face because you're my friend.
Could I see it?
I guess. But first, I think I better knock out this fox lady because she's going to wake up soon and cause troubles for us.
No, she's already knocked out. Let me just let me take a look at your quarterstaff. That's kind of cool. I'd like to see one like that.
Okay. All right. Here.
So wow.
He hands over his quarterstaff. Yeah.
So does it do anything special like you said, or is it just a plain old quarterstaff?
It's just good at hitting. Just good at hitting certain people. Here, let me. Why don't you wait right here? I'll go and get us some drinks and stuff.
Okay.
Okay. BRB.
And I'm gonna kick Takisha awake now.
Okay.
Trust the rogue to take a nap in the middle of the fight.
What rogue? We have two priests.
Haedrig is the fastest in the initiative this time. Interestingly, Haedrig leads off the initiative of this round.
So I gotta go climb down this slope now.
Yeah, you do. Natural 100. You land on Lex's character.
What am I rolling under?
There isn't a rope installed here yet, so you'll need to go under 40%.
Nope.
Okay, you go tumbling down for d6 points of damage. I'll clear up map there for you to make more room. That takes up your round, I think, Adrian.
Pretty much.
Deposed King Ku.
Well, I am, I'm in a weird position. I'm on this cliff, you see, and I'm contemplating the existential reality that there's another 40 feet of cliff to go. And even with
20,
the rope,
really.
I don't appear to be able to have any more or less success chance. So, having tried once with a rope and once without a rope, in both cases just fallen to severe injury, I will look at the situation, recognizing that even though we have a sleeping fox and a flappy toga wearing floaty magey sort down there, that they're probably not in the best position to defend themselves. So in a fit of selflessness, I will attempt to descend down the cliff once more.
All right, D100. You got a 40% chance of making it without a slip, and if you make it substantially without a slip, which you did, I'm going to say that you did kind of a baseball thing. So like you were on the edge of the cliff and you like put one foot out lower and tucked the other one up on a triangle and went down the cliff. That when you land at the bottom, you can still do some sort of attack or action when you get to the bottom. So when you get down there, you see Adrian is standing there. Haedrig fell down and is there laying in a lump. Takisha is either asleep or dead with the body of a dead Gnoll and Chibba Kit. And you also notice that there's some kind of commotion of several Gnoll troops starting to come out of the door.
A commotion,
of the cave.
You say?
A commotion, yeah. Commotion.
Well, okay. Shit. That's less good. Oh, okay. Then here's what I do. Fuck. Yeah. Sorry. I quickly, thinking on my feet, because I slid down the cliff and landed on my feet, I will reach into my pack and withdraw a sack of ball bearings and throw them and scatter them in front of the cave opening to try and impede the progress of the Gnolls coming out of the cave.
That is awesome. I love the move. It is like a 20-foot throw, so when you throw your ball bearings like that far, they're going to be pretty spread out probably, but do you think that's within range of being able to do that move?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why?
All right. I believe you.
A lot of them. There's a lot of them, so it's taking up a big area of space anyway.
Okay, so you dropped are these caltrops or marbles?
These are ball bearings, actually.
So they're similar to marbles. They're round.
So they're designed to basically be rolly.
Do we have a citation from Aurora's catalog that gives any specific chances or anything regarding slippage? Probably they get a saving throw. That's probably what it is.
I would imagine some sort of dex check on it.
Yeah, either dex or save versus petrification. 1 second. Okay, I see what they would need to not fall down. All right, when it's their turn, don't let me forget. When it's their turn and they come out, help me remember that those are there. Or maybe put some use the Roll20 drawing tool and do a little polka dots around there for me.
And then I shall say heroically, I have sealed the entrance with ball bearings. Proceed with your healing.
Adrian's turn. I like the dots.
See the one
hey, Adrian, I want to cover one thing with you, Jesse. Are you keeping account of your spells per day? I think you might have casted up all your spells.
Oh, good question. How many do I get?
Mm-hmm. You get however many a first level mage gets +1 for being an enchanter specialist, and the +1 must be in the enchantment field. So you casted a sleep and a charm, which are both with an enchantment, I believe. And you also casted a Featherfall. So that might be all your spells per day. I think first level mage gets 2, and as a specialist you get a third bonus one. However,
I should go double check that real quick.
You also get bonus ones that I give in my campaign that's not in other campaigns that is based on your intelligence. So if you have a high int, you have some extra ones on top of those 3.
Yeah, it kind of works like the priest bonus for high wisdom, right?
Right.
Most campaigns do that because otherwise your mage casters are so weak hit first level.
Yeah, it's a common house rule. Yeah. So what you're gonna do is look on the wisdom chart, but apply 17, and that's how many bonus spells you'll have. So I'll help you look that up real quick. I'll read it to you.
What's the int chart?
I can get to it fairly quickly. Well, it's not. You use the wisdom chart because they didn't give bonus spells on the int chart. Tables, wisdom, here we go. So wisdom or intelligence is 17. Okay, you get 2 bonus first level spells. You'll also later get 2 bonus second level and 1 bonus third level. But for now, you get 2 bonus first level for being highly intelligent, 1 for being an enchanter, and 2 for being a mage. So 5 first level spells per day.
All right, so I still got 2 left to go.
Also, with each one that you've casted, you may learn a new spell. Attempt to learn a new spell. So it's your action.
So how many gnolls are coming out of the cave?
An uncountable horde of them. Innumerable.
An uncountable horde? Uh-oh.
You see one coming out and you hear more behind him.
I mean, it's uncountable for some of us.
And how we managed to wake up
they're
Takisha
inside
yet?
the cave, so you don't know how many are going to stream out. A dex check not to fall. Gotcha. Thank you. I calculated their dex just a second ago, so I know what I got to roll. Chances are a lot of them are going to fall.
Balls.
Hi, guys. How are my new friends?
Oh, who are you talking to? Oh,
The
hold
gnolls?
on. Let me see. Let's see. Let me check something. Yeah, okay. The guy that you see there is this guy. That's not the same as your friend who went inside a minute ago, who was this guy. So this one with the spear that's coming out, I'm gonna have to roll for him, and as he starts slipping and sliding on the caltrops and tries to regain his footing, and you say, "How are you, my Gnoll friend?" And he starts to say something to you, but he won't respond to you if he falls down. So I guess I'm going to take this chance to roll this fall down check. He fails his check.
I'm going to finger gun each time someone fails.
So he doesn't really respond to your question. He starts to respond to you like he's going to talk to you, and then he goes, "Whoa!" and like starts slipping.
With his feet making that noise.
Have we woken Takisha up yet?
I don't remember anybody waking her up.
I'm gonna wake Takisha up.
Did someone? I remember someone saying they wanted to, but I don't
Adrian said they were
it.
going to last turn.
Okay.
Said they were going to.
I'm gonna make sure she's up.
Okay. Did you wake her up last turn?
I kicked her, but I don't think she.
Oh, gotcha. Right. You kicked her at the end of your turn after.
Yeah, she just hasn't had a chance to go yet.
I'm going to say that she was spending, same as we did on the Gnolls, she was spending, has she been in the initiative? She has to spend 1 initiative standing up.
Yeah, she's 2 away.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Adrian, she's back up. Anything further after you've tried to call out to the Gnoll?
No, that's probably it for this turn.
Your friend. Okay. Where is Havar'ti? Havar'ti's up there. Okay, you're still fighting a Gnoll up there.
Yep, I'm gonna bite towards his ankles and smack him with my paws.
Let's see it. Miss, miss, miss. Wow. Takisha. Nothing happened, Havar'ti. You just tried to... Nothing happened. We'll just move on quickly and hope it comes back around to you soon. Takisha, while you RP, you're waking up. I'm going to take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Can you just tell them what happens when you wake up and things like that, and then get your strategy ready and actually tell it to me when I come back on headphones? Thanks.
Huh. Oh, look at that.
So that was pretty good with my ball bearings, right? Yeah. Clever. This is how I got to be king. Thinking outside the box.
I was about to say you're a real ball buster.
Thanks. Right?
We'll accept that as an
making a
answer.
philosophical statement, and I won. And they were like, "Whoa, I see now." We are like the ball bearings. Individually, we are insignificant, but together, we can overturn an entire army. We surf. Because we're island people.
I mean,
So
I would have came up with a better answer. I would have been like, these are all the petrified balls of my enemies.
this is why you're not king.
These are all the balls of my petrified balls of the enemies that I've killed.
Of course, I'm not king either. Fucking too soon. Painful. 1,143 whatever before ago changed everything. Look, there's I think we have to roll for initiative. I'm feeling the purr.
Wow.
I feel like that's just like there's a phrase in live theater, right? You don't go on after the children or the animals, and so now we have what like show's over, okay, whatever, let's just go home now. Everyone loves cats.
Nobody loves cats.
No.
Gold loves cats. I love cats. Everyone loves cats.
I love cats, but I recognize
Cats
that
are
they're assholes.
I mean, you can love an asshole. I mean, that's a thing.
That's true. Well, my wife loves me, and she calls me an asshole all the time, so there must be something to it.
So you can attest. It's okay.
Oh, well.
Oh my god.
Did my cat come on camera? Or is my cam off for everyone?
Your cat came on camera, but now your camera is off.
Oh darn!
And Lex.
It looked like I was off on the stream on Lex's, so I hit reconnect.
There you are.
What? Oh, I see. I need to reconnect my thing. Hold on. God, Roll20 is so weird doing it.
It's a cat break.
I mean, if we made our money camming, Roll20 would drive us all bankrupt.
All right, let me. I probably didn't clearly hear anything you just said, Lex or Silk. I heard someone's voice. What did I miss?
Everything.
I'm back, sort of. Trying to fix my broken everything.
Jesse tamed a dinosaur and killed all the gnolls.
No.
Yeah. And
Definitely not all the gnolls.
There's a saddle that I made out of gnoll for the dinosaur. Gnoll
That's
skin
Pretty
saddle.
cool.
That's interesting.
Well, you know, you can't ride a dinosaur without a saddle. Everyone knows that.
You also need the NWP.
You're telling me you can't
Land-based
bareback
riding
dinosaurs?
Well,
dinosaurs.
could you just have like reptile?
I don't know. I don't know. Giant lizard is definitely a thing that's a giant lizard is a good mount.
I mean, they have them in the world, is what I'm saying. It's not like it's completely, outside the realm of things.
Yeah, NWPs are slightly specific, but I'd have to decide whether reptiles counted or if dinosaurs was its own category, or even if it was like specific kinds of dinosaurs you had to be trained.
What about our lizard man Iratex? He's a reptile.
Yeah, well, he's probably sleeping at the moment. Anyway, speaking of sleeping.
Yeah, he is probably sleeping at the moment. I was wondering. Okay,
What happened
Speaking-
to Lex? Did Takisha get a chance to wake up? What's happening here? So, down with capitalism? You are a thief. Professional treasure finder. My apologies.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd probably be close to all of it, yeah. Okay. You've climbed about 25 feet up and then shimmied over 10 feet or something to be over the center of the doorway. So you get a spot above the doorway and you hear that there are gnolls coming out from below you. In fact, 2 more gnolls rush out just now. It is not that particular gnoll, though. Sorry, it's going to be Haedrig next, but I guess I need to put the turn order on a living gnoll.
Is this gnoll alive or dead?
There's 2 more coming out right now that are alive.
What about this
That one
one?
over there is why is he asleep? Oh, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. I don't know why he doesn't look killed. There. Okay. I'm
just gonna do the
rolling.
logic thing.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Yes.
No,
it's your turn.
I'm just gonna.
Okay. No, it was a Gnoll's turn. I don't know what I did. Oh, I deleted the Gnoll whose turn it was. Gotcha. And then it's Haedrig's turn. On turn 1 tries to stand up from the caltrops, and 2 more run out. I'm doing this. All right. I don't need to explain the roll, but here we go. Fail, fail, make. 1 gnoll runs out and manages to not slip in the caltrops. Another one slips in the marbles, the ball bearings, and another one is unable to stand up because he's going. He's trying to stand up, but he can't. So 2 have been disabled by ball bearings, and 1 is still coming at the party. He gets past the ball bearings and decides that he better poke his spear at this toga guy over here, except for while he walks up to the toga guy, he says, "Hey, are you the friendly one that Harris was talking about?"
Yeah, I'm the friendly one that Harris was talking about. Harris showed me his nice quarterstaff, see?
So the gnoll goes, right while he's talking to you, and he says, "Oh, I see." Let me arrange the tokens. Okay, there. Does that look good? Hopefully he's coming up in front of yours. As he's talking to you, he attempts to do a side stab into Ku's side. He's like, "I'm glad I'm friends with you, Toga man," while he spears his spear to the side, attempting to stab your friend who he's not friends with, not being charmed. Let's see. That is a 15 to hit.
He's clearly not a fan of the Royals. 15. I have an AC of 15.
Ooh, he just hits you in the side, scratching you for 1 point of damage. He tried to do like a LeBron James, he tried to like side pass. Well, he was looking at Adrian, but he tried to side stab you. And so he got you for 1 point of damage still.
No look stab? Holy crap.
It was a no look stab. I gave him a -4 for that.
All right.
Now it's Haedrig's turn.
That's too funny. I just cast Bless on everyone.
Awesome. Anybody, if you miss, you've actually by 1, you've actually hit because you're blessed. And it's a blessing. Ku, you can respond.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond. I obviously being quite wounded now will grip my two-handed sword with renewed determination, the blood kind of trickling down my arms into my hands, making the hilt sticky with my own internal fluids. That's a good time. And I will strike, taking out the sum of all my rage upon this gnoll for his sneaky sidestep, the dishonorable bastard. And let's see, for the sake of discussion, let's just say I hit him with a natural 20. Boom.
He says, "Oh no!" How much damage? Let me read.
Is
Rolling
he
14.
large?
Large. No, he's not large.
That's the same. It's 13
Okay,
points of
fair.
damage then.
Slayed him. You
All right.
slayed him.
As he stabs me, then, because I get a sweet RP, right? So he stabs me. I clutch the two-handed sword, the blood flowing down in my hands, and I yell, "For the black pearls!" As his head comes flying from his body and blood spewing from his corpse, falling backward and covering the ball bearings with an extra stickiness of awesome, which will forever be then known as the Gnoll Busters.
The Gnoll Busters.
You might want to watch those.
You'll say, "Coo, get the Gnoll Busters," and I will know what you mean.
Did those blood effects show up on screen for everybody?
They did.
Did they work for you,
Both
Lex?
for me.
Yep. I want to make sure that it's transmitting to the streamage. Very good round, Silk. After having so many rounds where you just taking damage and like kind of non-success and stuff, you finally got in there and got a quick slay.
Yeah. Got a quick slay. Got some ball bearings down. Things are going Coo's way.
Yeah. You did a couple of moves already in this combat. That's right. You put down the ball bearings. Those have affected 2 gnolls, and then you killed the one that came up and sideswiped you.
How you get to be king.
Sweet.
You kill those fuckers when they sidestep.
I like that. But I know that your hit points are probably precipitously low. I bet you're on 2 hit points, would be my guess.
I'm on 2 hit points, but that's literally half the health of the mage. So
yeah.
It just depends on how you compare things. I'm fine.
Jesse, what will your character do this round?
Is there any gnolls coming out, or are they stopped?
They've stopped. They've stopped, and your friend didn't come back out.
Hey, my gnoll friends, do you have my axe in there?
The ones that are slipping on the ground over there are like, whoops, whoops, whoops. They're trying to stand up, so they can't really answer you. No voice comes from inside the cave.
What do you guys want to do?
There are 2 gnolls who are alive in the caltrops. FYI, they're just down because they fell on ball bearings. They slipped and fell. Don't know if that was clear.
I don't really have a good way to kill them.
So I get it, Jesse. So you're trying to do like kind of an RP thing, because that's why you're talking to them and stuff, because you're trying to do something on your turn, but you don't have a good way to kill somebody.
Well, I mean, I'd like to avoid killing as many people as we could theoretically, but
your character's an enchanter too, so I get why parlays.
You're not talking to us about the axe, so.
Do you want to? Yeah, and there's reasons for that and everything. So I'm hearing you asking that, and that's good D&D play. That's your question, but to role play them, honestly, they deny any knowledge of that. So you could sneak up to the entrance of the cave and look in, or do a listen check. You could search the cliff wall for secret doors. You could loot the bodies of some of these gnolls. I think one of them over here just got killed.
We can loot some bodies.
All right. You find 10 gold on one and nothing on the other.
Okay.
And that takes up your round. So you can add 10 gold to your character sheet. Chris.
Once again, he will attempt to bite and paw at this elusive gold.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think you crush him this time.
Yeah, 6 points of damage. It was enough to kill him. More than enough. You killed him a couple times over. So you rend him fur from bone. Wow. Anything else you want to say about him, Chris?
Nope, that's it.
That was a good one. That was a good one. You took him down. So moving on. That's an actual dog PC. I love that. Takisha, you are poised above the mouth of the cave, and you've seen a total of 3 gnolls come out. One of them was already killed, but 2 of them slipped and are laying on the ground. Let's go. I'm going to just measure it and see. You know, I know it's funny with perspective and stuff on here, but yeah, let's go with this. Yeah. You're 15 feet off the ground. 3 meters. Mm-hmm. Mm. 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 Okay, you're gonna have to roll thief checks for that. All right, you have no gloves of spider climbing. All right, you manage to brace yourself on the. What are some words for that? When you there's more words than that in climbing when you're actually upside down.
Spider fight. Spider fight.
All right. Havar'ti, had to move your token so I can get a proper grouping of people for when we go into the cave.
All good.
All right. As long as nobody's stats changes, I've got everybody copied. But if they change before we go in, I'll have to copy them again. So Takisha, you do that. You start climbing on the inside of the cave. So you're the first one into the cave. I was going to offer that you could get some kind of advantage attack against the ones who came out underneath you and fell down, but I think your sneaky reconnaissance is probably a better idea. As you get inside, you notice that you're in an opening chamber of a long, deep cave, occasionally lit by some torches and some glowing mushrooms that are common in this area. You see that there are not any guards in this room. There's a station where the 3 guards who ran out recently were, but Adrian's friend, the magic using Flind who put you to sleep earlier with his soft words, must have retreated deeper into the cave because you cannot see him from where you currently are. I want to, it's at the point now where I would like have to juggle 2 maps. There is a map inside the cave, but there's the out too. So I think I'll wait until everybody goes in. Okay. You get a second round inside and it's consumed with you making sure that you hang on to the ceiling properly and that you get a look at what's down below you. So same description as before. You're still crawling on the ceiling, but same room as before. Haedrig's turn outside.
I look around. The 2 other gnolls are down. Adrian looks okay. Of course, Ku, the big lug, he looks like he's hurt. So I just walk up to him, stick my hand on him, and cast Cure Light Wounds, and that is the last spell for the day. So he gets 7 hit points back.
Yes.
And then I go back to these gnolls, and yeah.
What have you picked out a deity for your cleric? Is it just the lead dwarven deity or anyone specific?
I think it's Clangeddon.
Yeah, Clangeddon or Clangeddon or whatever. That's a good one. Isn't that like one of the head dwarf ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does Clangeddon affiliate or portfolio cross with, does he have any relation with the god of the temple that Chibba, Takisha, and Havar'ti come from? sort of.
Probably not much because he's
It's
all about
basically the god of the sun.
warfare, strength. You know.
Okay, so you've got the dwarvish god of warfare and strength, and you've only visited and made friends with the priestess of the god of the sun, and you ran an errand for them to recover the cat, but your god himself doesn't affiliate with that god.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Oh, it matters for a reason, so I'm just checking. Okay, I'm just checking there's a certain ability that I'm just checking. Takisha, I know you're like kind of faking out the temple in a way because you're technically a rogue, but you pose as a priest sometimes. But are you of the faith? Like, or do you have a faith? Okay. All right. All right. Chibba Kit may occasionally be able to bring you bonuses and benefits. Yeah, Chibba Kit could give you better benefits if you were a cleric, though. And since you're technically a rogue, Chibba tries to like give you benefits, and then she's like, huh? Chibba's like casts like enhanced curative powers on Takisha. Takisha, nothing happens. She never goes and heals anybody. Yeah, that must be it. That must be it. But one of Chibba's things is maybe in some degrees not being a priest itself, like being able to cast, but being able to enhance a priest of the faith. Still your turn, Haedrig? Or should you just go?
No, I mean, I just went. If we go to the next one, I'll just hit the end of turn. So next.
Yeah, I think. Well, I might have. Okay, that's fine. I can't remember.
Well, I mean, the only thing I was going to do is go bend down.
It was you again. It was a you back to back because I re-rolled the initiative, I think is what happened.
No.
Maybe. Or maybe you
No,
okay.
it was fine. I just was up further the initiative. Only thing I was going to do extra beyond just healing Ku is reach down and grab the spear from one of those gnolls.
Exactly. So you healed Ku, and you can also grab a spear off of a gnoll, and it comes out to be a normal gnollish spear. It's not a magic one, but
it gives me a little bit more range than an axe to poke these gnolls with.
They have gnoll-sized leather armor too, you know. And some of the other ones carry other weapons, but the ones that are near you are the spearmen. So they had those. Yeah, what you recovered from. Adrian, your turn.
Let's see here. So we have two still on the ground that haven't managed to get up yet.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, these two over here, the ones that are in the ball bearings. The ones that are over here are dead near the part. The ones near the party are dead. The two near the cave exit are alive but fallen down. And I've misplaced them in the initiative. I need to re-roll them back into the initiative.
Can we see anything coming from inside the cave?
No, it's pretty dark. I mean, you can see as far as the sun directly shines in there, but then the contrast to the supreme dark, it's much darker once you get a little deeper in there. You can't really, plus it curves around some. So in other words, there's no further gnolls running out the entrance at this point in time.
The whole initiative order got reset.
Yeah, sorry.
So he's going to look at everybody and say, what do you guys think we should do next?
I don't know what I'll do about that. What should I do, Adrian? Or what should I do? Silk. Where was it? I don't even know. It got reset because I added somebody new to it, and I think that's a quirk of the API I'm using.
Yeah, it's Jesse's turn, so I think we're just one.
Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll just forward it to Jesse, and then we'll go from there because everyone else is after Jesse, so it's all good. Yeah. So basically, I mean, Haedrig might get an extra turn because I think he already went, but that's fine. Okay, so Adrian, what's your action?
I'm going to look at my friends and say, what do you guys want to do now? We got two here on the ground, and we got maybe some more in the cave.
Maybe.
What do you think?
I see that you are adept at making friends with the gnolls. Perhaps you could make friends with one of these two, or perhaps both of them. I I think they could be useful allies in our adventures to come if they could be turned.
They're only friends for a short period of time.
But are not all friends only friends for a short period of time? The fickle winds of fate.
So by short, let me specify maybe like an hour or two.
That is much shorter than I had anticipated.
And then we like have to kill them when we're done.
Might as well just go ahead and kill them while you're at it.
I kind of think that's probably best if you guys have some way of, like chopping their heads off while they're rolling around on these marbles.
I have literally just cut the head off one that was not rolling in marbles. I can cut the head off of those in the marbles as well.
I will step aside and let you do that.
I feel dishonorable in such an endeavor. So I shall wait for them to recover. I shall attempt. Wait. No. So okay. Wait. I'll just wait till my turn. I'm like, okay.
Oh, it's cool. You can RP on other people's turns. When someone starts up an RP, everyone can jump in.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah. I'm just gonna now hit things with a sword.
Oh, okay. I'm working on the cave that you're going into. I'm eager for you guys to get to the point of going in. So finish off those two gnolls, resolve them however you want.
Okay,
we'll go inside. There's more to adventure after this, so I'm keeping track of time too. So Adrian's turn's done. So yep, go ahead. I mean, technically Havar'ti's turn, but whatever. Yeah. Or Haedrig's turn, but if Ku is itching to swing, that's fine too.
No.
So I get up. I see the gnolls are floundering on the thing, and I say, I'm looking back at Adrian, and I say, grab a spear, join in the fun. So, it's like a. Let me see if I can roll this here. +1, +1. So, miss with the spear. So, I'm kind of poking around with it, at the gnolls as they're down there. So,
okay.
They're flopping and flipping. Woo-hoo! I got the spear, and I'm like going.
Forward to the next player, then.
Sorry, 1 second. To Doug.
You guys are good. I'm doing a little work on the next map while we're playing out that, so it's helpful to me that you told me that you missed and everything, so I didn't have to flip pages.
Havar'ti bites on the armor of the dead gnoll next to him and drags and pushes it over the edge, attempting to push it on top of the gnolls that are below.
So you throw a body down off of the cliff?
Yep.
Let me come back to the page and look at what happens. Sure. Yeah, and you're throwing it at a gnoll. Sure, that's fine. So roll a d20, and I know your target AC to hit a gnoll with a gnoll off of a 40-foot cliff. Okay.
Natural.
You hit both gnolls. You hit both gnolls for 2d6 points of damage each. You can roll 2d6 once, and I'll apply it twice.
And max 6s.
You leave them both. That's incredible. Yeah. You kill two gnolls with one gnoll. They had 14 hit points, so I'm gonna give you a bonus damage for throwing it over the edge of a cliff. So yeah, you kill two gnolls with a gnoll.
It does extra damage because of the height.
Yeah, it does extra height damage. So
I mean, that's freaking hilarious.
Damn.
Natural 20 and max damage.
And then I guess I'll throw the body one down too. All right, there you go, guys. Well done. And the good news with that is you sweep up the outside, so I can now highlight all the tokens and take you guys to the inside.
And
you guys can
quickly
RP
gather up all my ball bearings and caltrops and shit.
Gather up your balls.
Yeah. Okay.
I
will gather it all back up so I have my thing to go again.
And we're probably not blessed anymore, so there we go.
You probably recover. You can roll a d100 and see what percentage of them you recover.
Ooh, do we search the bodies before we go in? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys managed to search the bodies without anyone else coming outside. It takes you about 3 more rounds, and you recover 10 gold pieces off each body. I think 2 of them had already been looted. You got 7 out there, so you get 50 gold pieces in total off of the recovery. If you want to split that 10, 10, 10, that'd be an easy way or something.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll split it up 10, 10, 10.
Yep.
I think there's probably 3 people that would take it 10, 10, 10. Oh, well, or 5 people. I don't know if Havar'ti takes gold. So, yeah, you do me a favor. You guys
Havar'ti
sort out
takes
gold
gold,
stuff
like,
so I
twice a
don't have
day.
to do the calculations. I don't like calculating that. But somebody add it up and record it. In other words, like probably Takisha is writing down Havar'ti's gold. So Takisha would take a double serving.
Well, we notice that the dog doesn't take gold. He always has it directed, or Takisha takes it. So we know that when we get there, we'll give her 10 gold.
Yeah,
His
give
10.
her his gold.
I could hold on to the dog's gold.
And I'll take the 10. So. Besides, I got a nice spear.
Just
No spear.
And especially after seeing
did the
the
maps just
Gnolls.
change?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially after seeing the Gnolls splatter the way they did. Havar'ti's even more so hating the thought of climbing down the cliff, and he'll look for an alternative route down again.
I'll have to look around on the map, Chris, and see if there is an alternative. I don't know. Let me see. I'm on a different map now, so it's hard for me to tell if there's a way for you to reunite with the party. I'm not sure. Do you see one right now?
I'm on the cave with a dinosaur.
Oh, interesting. That's good to know. Thank you. I'm so glad that you told me that. That's not the page that I really want you to be on, so hold on.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
on
no,
that
not
view
the
as well.
dinosaurs again!
We found the back entrance.
I feel like... Okay. That's cave 3. I want you on cave 5.
He's been waiting
on.
for a stone cold
Let me
killer.
see what the problem with this is.
He's got
No,
a
it's not
knife!
cave. Oh, maybe you're wrong. You think it's the cave with the dinosaur, but it's not. Or maybe it,
There's
no, no, okay.
dinosaur
The
Yeah,
dinosaur with the knife
hold on.
and the cigar in his mouth.
Okay. All right. I've definitely got you on the
Unless
wrong
there's-
place then. Definitely got you on the wrong place. Let me fix the page thing. Here we go. You were in cave 1, now you're in cave 3. That makes more sense. It should be loading now. And I'll ping you guys. It is a similar looking cave with some different smells in it and slightly different lighting with the same kind of geology.
Yeah, let me reload it.
Okay, did it come up black for you?
Mhm.
It
it's
should
all
be
black for me.
there's dynamic lighting on this now, so that needs to work. And that could also be a matter of me having settings wrong, just as much as okay. Adrian's definitely got light and vision.
Yeah, I see
Adrian's
that.
So Adrian
at the
can
top of
for me.
the screen.
Oh. Well, I see my token at the top.
People who
Anybody's
don't have
token.
yeah. Okay, people who can see only your token, I probably have the vision wrongly configured on your token, so I'll fix that.
Okay.
But some people are emitting light, so let me check the settings, and I feel like everyone should be able to see. All right, so Jesse, what can you see?
Just black.
Pure black?
Same here.
I see
Huh.
ping, but
Okay,
it's all
okay.
black.
Okay, there might be a page setting thing then.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I think we see our tokens, but then everything else
Okay.
is black.
I see it.
Yeah.
I got it figured out.
There we go.
Now, how much do you see?
I
No,
see a
yeah,
cave and
everything
a
or-
people's.
Okay, I must need to work on settings for a second. Yeah, I don't know. I have to go through like a series of questions to troubleshoot and get and most quickly identify where the problem is. So I would need like keen verbal explanations by people who know what dynamic lighting means, and like just tell me if it's on or off. Is it working for you or it's not working? Like just I think things like I see everything or I see nothing is
No,
only
we all know what it means.
okay.
Dynamics on for me at the moment.
Fog of War is off. Dynamic lighting is on. You should all
Dynamic
be able
is
to see.
working for me.
Okay, good. So 2 people it's working for. So Lex, you can't even see. You're all black. You can't see. Sounds like dynamic lighting is not working on your browser, Lex. Yeah. Okay. I'll put light on your token. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That's right. It is. Yeah, I didn't manage to propagate the token that I fixed earlier. It's drifted off to another copy of it. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. We sussed it out and I figured it out. Okay. I need to know if there's any other characters with that issue. So how about now? You got your vision, Takisha? Okay. Does everyone have their vision? 5 out of 5? Okay, now we're good.
Yep.
Now we're good. Well, does everyone... I'm going to have to zoom way out. I feel like you can see everything.
Nope.
No, I see right up to about here.
Thank you. That's very helpful. I'm going to fix my opacity so that I get a better view of what y'all are actually seeing. That's the thing is, it's like putting sunglasses on for the DM.
Like the edge for me is like right there.
That's very helpful. Thank you. Okay. Now I know what to do. All right. I can DM now. Okay. So it's tough for my brain to do multiple things at once. I try to like focus and get through one thing. So thanks for helping me get through that. And I'm loving role playing with you guys, and I've been getting, I think, more comfortable with the game today. So I'm starting to get back in the flow, feeling like I can DM and like I'm not just working on technical issues everywhere. But sometimes I get hung up on a little thing and it frustrates me for a second. But now I am back to it, and you're in the cave and Takisha's on the ceiling. She's climbing upside down the ceiling, and this is that entry room that you were able to see before, Takisha, which had some stations for the guards and sort of the sleeping mats and a table and things for those. By the way, the furniture's not pictured on the map. You see a few accoutrements in this room and alcoves that tell you that this whole room right here in front of you was used by the guards who already ran outside and were slain. So you see several promising alcoves, and I'll let you explore them and find out if any of them are an additional tunnel. So you enter a large room and you're climbing on the ceiling, and so far you don't see anyone in the room. All you see is the signs that the 4 or 5 gnolls who were killed outside probably lived in this cave. Oh, you find an alcove to go down. All right. Describe the lighting. Although I've provided it to your character, Takisha, what is it in reality? Are you actually shedding light? I think I should limit your light for you. How about that? Can you still see but dimly? Yeah. Now when you're close to the party, you should be able to see, because we're at least pretending that Adrian often has a torch. But you're proceeding in near darkness, but you'll be able to see forms. Black and white, huh? Okay. I figured it was like a thermal color spectrum thing, but it's probably the whiter intensity would be. Infravision versus infravision, honestly. Okay, let me think how to do that. Okay, I'm gonna try. There's actually gonna be a monster that you're gonna encounter, and I think settings-wise, I'm gonna make it emit a small amount of light, and I'm curious to see how that works. All players. All right, now if you go ahead and let's say you went ahead down to the next corner. I know it's quite a long way, but you do. You slip on down to the next corner, and once you make it around that corner, or just tell me as you go south, can you see an enemy yet, or?
I posted a thing. It's a bit of a technical thing, but it's how ultravision works, similar to infrared, except that instead, basically, the ultravision is just emitted from the eyes of the creature.
Is that what kitsunes have? They have ultravision. Okay. Well, I think that you just posted the definition of ultravision. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did post ultravision.
I think that might be different than infravision. I don't know.
It is.
I thought it was. Yeah, I think that paragraph explains how it is. So got that, but that's not Kitsune's sight. Okay. Like, for example, now, can you see the enemy?
I thought you said ultravision, or I would have not posted that. Oh, well.
Oh, I may have said it. I meant infra.
No, it was not you. It was Lex. Definitely.
I'm trying to take the heat off Lex.
I know, because you're nice, but don't worry. Lex is like adult.
Thank you for saying I'm nice. So, okay. Well, I mean, and he's 55 feet away from you, so is that quite appropriate? Like, what if I back him up? Will he get out of your range? Like, if I back him up,
you have a maximum. I know I do. I have like 60 feet worth of infrared.
An elf.
How about here? If I back him all the way, like this is beyond 60. Can you still see him?
No.
Oh, okay. And if I move him around the corner? No. Okay. All right, I'm going to put him back where he was. And again, it's exactly as you role-played it. So although I've got him emitting light on the map, you are just detecting his presence with infravision. He, likewise, will quickly detect yours the same. He has smell and infra. There's also dim torch lights and glowing luminescent mushrooms in some of the caverns in here. So there's a few particles of light around, but it's not pitch black. But it's a fairly dark place. And as you are you on ceiling? Okay. This would have been several minutes would have passed because your movement rate on ceiling is very slow. Did you tell the party how long they should wait for you to go spelunking down in the cave? All right. All right, by the time you see that gnoll, you are about 8 minutes away from the party, and it would take you at least 8 minutes to crawl back. Okay, 8 rounds. You're also probably a couple of rounds away from being over the gnoll's head if you should want to go over his head. Back to the rest of the party then. The rest of the party saw Takisha crawl off doing some scouting to the southwest. You yourselves are in the entry room of a gnoll cave.
Since we got 2 humans, which may or may not have infravision, I kind of moved forward and kind of peered into where the light stops and didn't really see anything around.
Right. There is a little bit that's not pictured on the map, but it's inconsequential stuff, but it would come across to you as the bedding and tables of some gnolls, some stools, some hay.
I would probably relay that to them because they probably couldn't see it unless they brought light. So if they're standing where they're at and they can't see that, then I would be like, oh, it looks like this is where they bedded down.
There is a tiny, glowing mushroom every now and then, but you add a little more information to it since you can see better. Adrian, do you fire up a torch or are you going to go blind? Go, blind style.
I'm going to go blind style for the moment since these other people appear to be able to see what's going on.
All right. You need to roll me a 3d20. And that will account for 3 sections of the cave here. Okay. These are trying to roll under your decks. So it seems like in the second section of the cave, if not the first, you may have some ankle twistage problems. What is your dex? This is not on Lex. This is on Adrian. Let's see. So don't say it's all right. What's up with the British anyway? They're like they're saying like that's all right. It's okay. It's cute, Lex. I like it.
Texas.
Over here, people say no problem, and it's kind of annoying, because you're like, well, why would it be a problem?
Yeah, no worries.
And no worries is another one, and that's pretty chill. That's better than no problem.
And we don't have a worry. Everything is relaxed.
Anyway, I hear Lex saying it's okay a lot when he means like too bad. Tough luck. Okay.
Sticky with my own internal fluid. It's a good time.
So let me resolve against a 15 dexterity. You make it all right. In the second section of the cave, later on, if you're still going blind, you're gonna end up having a section where you twist your ankle. So right now you're going through the cave and finding that it's a rocky and uneven floor descending, and that you're going completely blind and completely blindfolded as if. And there's, little glows of light off in the distance, but not enough to see your footing really as you go or the details. And Haedrig's leading you, but he easily forgets, thinks, oh, I can see. Why can't everyone else see just like I can? And gets a few steps away from you. You end up lagging behind a bit, Adrian. So you'll have to walk a little more slowly along and risk sort of ankle twists on the uneven floors.
Is there
how does
anything amongst this furniture that's of interest, or is it just like a bunch of junk that they gathered?
You can search it if you want to. Which alcove do you want to search the furniture in?
Yeah, I would kind of just poke through the bedding, kind of not like hands in, but like kind of use the end of the spear to kind of shuffle through it, and then kind of poke around in some of anything that's of consequence to see if something might have been hidden here, because obviously they were sleeping here and this is where most of them were.
All right. I would, in my most round by round vision, I picture you taking that cute little token and moving it up to each and every alcove of the room, of which there are many, which will give you the scale. They've got little bedding and offices and stuff in each alcove. So you probably want to waggle your dynamic lighting token around to each. But I'll summarize it for you if you agree that you spend around 8 minutes searching. I'll give you all the gold from all the 8 minutes from all the alcoves. Or we can go one by one and see what happens if you want to take it 1 minute at a time. If so, it's not all around action. You turn around and walk to alcove 1 and search alcove 1 and then see what happens.
Personally, I don't have a problem with spending the 8 minutes, but I also kind of know that if I don't find something big right off the bat, we can always come back and search it. So I'm kind of undecided. I'll probably say no. I'll pass it up. We'll come back.
Technically, Takisha's going to be gone 15 minutes at least if she comes back, but you might be wanting to adventure on and follow her soon.
Yeah, I will put aside my normal. Well, you know what? I'll put it to a roll and see. Yeah, so I beat my normal dwarvish greed to start looting and searching, and I use my better judgment and say, we could come back later after we clear this place. But we need to search this area. They might have hidden stuff.
Like axes.
I know, but I can't find anything besides we don't know what.
They are gnolls. They have not hidden an axe. If they had an axe, they would have tried to use it to kill us with.
Normally, I agree, but I think gnolls are pretty cowardly and lazy.
Well, friend Haedrig, your dwarven vision may allow you to traverse this cave without much difficulty. And I truly don't envy your ability to live a subterranean life. This is not the place that is for me. I feel inhibited about my ability to successfully navigate the darkness.
Of course, you'd hear a chuckle and go,
I was going to ask you. No. I'm glad you came around to that in RP because I was going to try to figure that out. So
this is your first time.
Are you human? You just straight can't see because you're human, huh?
Of course, I'm
do you want to go in the dark, or are you going to light something? I heard your RP, but what are you going to actually do?
What'd you wait for? Wait for the rest of the RP.
Yep. Yes. I'm sorry. I get like. Yep. I want to like figure out if I need to start setting settings on your token for like radius and stuff.
Sorry, you got that part of it. No, it depends on if I can find something. Like I have seriously nothing to just randomly pull out of my backpack and light on fire. That isn't
a 1 gold piece torch, a 1 gold piece flint. You didn't buy those.
I don't have a torch. I have a flint and steel to make a fire with, but I don't carry around like a stack of wood.
Well,
Haedrig points out to you.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily point to you and just say, "Hey, we got this. We could just rip some cloth off the dead body out there, or whatever, and light it on fire."
Okay. Also, you're soon to come across some Gnoll bedding. Again, the furniture, the bedding isn't pictured on the map, but it's in the alcove. So when you go into one of the alcoves and search, there's going to be hay in there. So probably a bundle of hay, and then wrap some cloth around it. A little bit of lighter fluid that one of you guys has got. Surely someone has lamp oil, maybe. If not, just light the hay.
Friend Haedrig, I have very little experience making improvised torches for underground. You seem to have a fair knowledge. I would appreciate your assistance in making one.
I'd look at Toga Boy and say, "Toga Boy, do you need a torch too?"
He means you, Adrian.
He might have stuffed away.
I think he actually typed BRB, maybe. Yeah.
He did.
That.
He wrote it in the thing.
I'm glad you guys are RPing while I'm trying to do
I would kind of say, okay, look, here, I trot off, grab some, some of this, or scoop up some of this icky hay, take it over here where there's still light, kind of drop. Wait, there are actually torches around here that are still glowing?
There's some torches there's occasional torches in the building, yeah.
Well, is there any
yes,
torches
they're
near
still
the
lit.
entryway?
Yeah, they'd still be lit. Yeah,
I basically just kind of think about it for a second when I'm standing by the hay pile, go back over and go, why am I a dummy? I point and say, look, there's a torch right there. Just take it off the wall.
All right.
I feel less than observant myself, friend.
Ku, as you approach the torch sconce, you notice that it is 7.5 feet off the floor and far out of the reach of the dwarf. Would you be able to reach it? You should have your height on your character sheet.
Of course,
you know your height. All right.
I'm normal tall.
All right. Well,
I'm 6'3".
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you'd be able to reach 7 foot.
You're able to reach the top shelf then, and you dislodge the torch sconce without any necessary roll. So you can now carry a torch with you and have the lighting that's already set on your character.
And I'd probably yell at you or speak to you as you're doing it. It'd be like, you probably want to grab one of the other ones for Toga Boy.
A fair point, friend. And so I will do so. I will go to the other torch sconce and grab one for Adrian. So and then make sure not to cause the roads to catch on fire or anything, and hand him a burning torch. Are they lit or not lit yet?
Up to you guys.
I think he told us.
All I'm doing is keeping track of the time while you do these actions.
Yeah, okay. So they're lit. So very good.
Okay. Around 8 minutes has passed with the gathering of the materials for the torch and the coming down the entry footpath here. Chris, did Havar'ti do anything unusual during that time? And I don't know what a dog's dark vision is like. I know cats are good at it, but
well, he'd still need to find a way down from the cliff, so he'd be looking for the kiddie cliff down.
All right.
Let the dog.
In that case, we'll say, yeah. All right. Well, 8 minutes have passed while they were in the cliff, and the dog has not arrived yet. He's still out there, trying to pick his way down. You've picked out a path now, though, and you're climbing down the cliffs outside. When you get to the bottom, you'll be able to run right across the desert and into the door of this cave. So a few more rounds, and you'll get let in here. Assuming you follow the scent trail. All right. I think we can go all the way back to Takisha then. A full 8 minutes has passed. We played out everything that happened as you climbed across the ceiling to way down there. And your mates have not caught up with you yet. Looking for intruders. Well, I can't see your roll because I'm working on a monster token at the same time. Can you tell me what happened? So you succeeded. I see what you mean by your Batman. Yeah, so you had a success. Okay, very good. I'm almost done doing this setup thing I'm doing. Okay. And when you get there, what do you think about movement rates? Will that take up your whole round, or how many rounds? Oh, I think I said earlier you were 2 or 3 minutes of climbing away from him. Because yes, slow upside down climbing. All right, so as you're climbing towards him, he notices you on infravision. Dun dun dun. Unless you did a, what was your roll for? Climber. Oh, you moved quite silently. But he does see you on infravision because he's using his infravision to look up the hallway here. All right, I will give him a perception check. I will roll him a quick perception, and I'll roll. Okay. Yep, he did see you on the ceiling. Yep, he was able to use his infravision and saw you coming on the ceiling. So if he has, he can either, you know what? He sees you on the ceiling and he does a retreat. And I think he can retreat a lot faster than you can move on the ceiling. So, yeah, that's probably why he retreated, is because it was creepy. You creeped him out. You scared him, so he put his tail between his legs and went and just went back because he's just a lonely Gnoll here all by himself. You did happen to notice that he looked. Let me think. Nope, you didn't recognize him. I don't think you've ever met this particular guy. Adrian, what was disposed? Okay, yeah, he might be the guy that Adrian met, but you were asleep at the time, Takisha. All right, 3 more rounds pass. Havar'ti comes to the edge of the cave. As you look in, you can see Ku and Adrian have lit torches, and Haedrig is doing a quick search of some Gnoll possessions while trying to find the cave to follow the way that Lex's character went. So you 4 can dynamic lighting your way around now and do 3 rounds of movement. That'd be basically like 60 feet per round. That would work. That'd be full movement rate on the inside with the rocky footing and everything.
All right, so I come down over to this alcove here, and what is this? There's an anomalous feature.
I think it represents a Gnoll waste.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gnoll disposal is over there, a big pile of their refuse.
I will leave that area.
Okay, no search?
Not gonna search through the refuse.
Okay.
That is
all right.
Not my thing.
Try to total up around 180 feet of movement as you go. So Ku, you're on your second alcove. Do you search it?
If it's not covered in Gnoll crap, then
it's covered in Gnoll crap in the sense of like teenager crap.
Oh yeah,
there's like a bed, a magazine, a stool.
No,
great Gnoll porn.
Gnoll porn.
I'm just not searching the Gnoll toilet. That's
careful. You might get demonic syphilis.
Ku, you recover 10 gold pieces. from the Gnoll, just treasure hoard in this room.
Ah, perfect. I've recovered no gold pieces.
10. Okay.
0 gold pieces.
The other 3 of you, I think I saw you moving your tokens around a little bit. You might feel like you've discovered a deeper alcove or a tunnel on the southwest side.
I'm kind of nosing past it. I've searched this alcove and then the other one because it was obvious real fast that they don't go anywhere. So over to this area where I am, I noticed that it goes back down deeper.
Roll 3d6 for me, Haedrig. All right. You notice that in front of you, if you were to go west, the tunnel is sloping sharply down.
And this would be, can I tell that this is a natural tunnel, cavern, or one that's been artificial?
It's natural to this world.
Okay.
As for like what kind of geology or features made it, you're not sure. Like, for example,
I'm not interested. I just want to see if it was one that was cut out or if it was just somewhat natural.
Somewhat natural, but it could have possibly been eaten out by something similar to a, legendary creature. If you want to roll a check for it, I'll tell you the types of creatures. But if you don't want to know, that's fine.
That's fine. All I'm trying to determine is if this looks like it's a natural type cave versus something humanoid cut out.
Yeah, a bunch of these exist in the desert.
Okay.
Quite a few of these do. So, Takisha, you could just move it something like, I think 20 feet per round would be good if you wanted a per round rate for ceiling movement. And, now that you're in level 2 of the dungeon, you probably need to make another climb roll to see if you're still clinging to the ceiling. I think I let that first one go for many hundreds of feet. All right, you're able to continue your thievish spider climb through level 2. Then you're in what's considered level 2 of this dungeon right now. Haedrig's looking at the slope leading down to level 2. Yeah, they thought they were kind of holding up in hopefully like a hidden spot there, like a choke point where it could target anyone that comes through. Kind of backs up another step as you come, but you're able to see him just there, huh? Okay, that's fine. I probably should do the walls a little bit better. Let me fix that. Well, I mean, that's fine, but yeah, you should be able to. It's Ooh. Okay. Okay. No. Ooh, fast talking. Okay. All right. All right. So you successfully fast talk this Gnoll. Yeah, and this is a spellcaster Gnoll. And you ask him repeat the question words one more time. That's scary. Damn. All right. He's got to respond to you, and he says, I will flee from you, and you go and get what you seek from the Flind. There. Dang. Why would you want to come closer when you say you're going to consume his soul? Oh, if he runs. All right. Let me roll to see if he buys into this. Oh, he does kind of buy into it. Yeah. Okay, so he all right, let me check him again. Check his morale here. All right, he moves timidly forward, trying to determine whether he believes what you're saying or not, or whether whether he's compelled or hypnotized, or if he just is of free will and can say F your Lordess of Darkness or whoever she is. Okay. What kind of teeth did Kitsune have? Fox teeth? Okay. Ah. So he kind of mules and backs away. You've instructed him to go and bring the axe to you? Okay. Okay, follow you. Okay, so the Gnoll picks up on all of that, and he scuttles around the corner to the east in some kind of fear and non-magical persuasion. All right. The next thing that happens is I need to grab this guy. Let's see. That guy goes running off, and where are you? Which way are you going to head next, Takisha? Okay. As you go, you glance back over your shoulder after you get some distance that way, and you do see a different Gnoll, a similar one, but different. This one does not have a staff. He does in the picture, but he doesn't have a staff. He seems to be bringing a couple of potion bottles. He's got potion bottles in each hand. He's climbing towards the exit of the cave. He's coming up and out. Yeah, he will if you wait. Okay. We'll have you guys have that encounter just where you are is fine, or maybe a few more steps up. Let's get up into that next part of the tunnel there. I'm putting an icon on him that I need. I'm trying to figure out which one to do. Okay, this one. Here, I'll place him up there, and then you can drop yourself down over him. So free surprise attack. Yeah, sadly, yeah, you do tumble down onto him, alerting him to your presence while not getting a successful attack with your natural 1 roll.
No, that's too polite.
Oh.
You caress the
Yes.
gnoll, and it feels
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Oh, gotcha. So she falls caressingly on the gnoll, and we have a little gnoll fox lady, little dog man fox lady pile. I'm sorry that's probably going to ping you guys around into areas of total blackness because there are now hidden enemies that are in the turn order because I'm going to go ahead and move them also. So I'm not going to explain it any more than that. All right, these guys. So these guys, let's see. Okay, it's another one of those guys. Okay. The turn of Havar'ti.
Havar'ti is going to stand very still, perk his ears up, and see if he can hear anything other than his party behind him.
Let me check. Dogs, I know they have the keen range of hearing. Also, probably the like low volume or far away things they can probably also hear. It's a long way till any real action. Maybe he hears Lex's character fall down on someone they're attacking. So a muffled attack begins some more than 100 feet away around the corners.
Let off a really low bark.
Okay.
So Haedrig's towards him, and he'll start walking forward.
Is your bark backwards towards the party or forward towards the towards Lex?
I mean, it would just
Takisha.
he'd be facing forward, but just a real quiet.
Sure. Okay. It's probably heard by okay, I don't know who it's heard by. I'm not sure. All right. A growl is added to the otherwise echoing noises of the cave. There are some natural sounds here also. Little burrowing creatures and things in the sand and stuff. Hopefully not monsters, but they could be. You never know. At times little debris falls off the walls and you wonder if the place is caving. You're going down a hill, Havar'ti, and yeah, you can proceed. You can do some walking movement on this round if you want to. I think you're probably the least inhibited by the need to take careful footsteps on the bouldering, the kind of the rocks and things. So you could probably move easily 60, 80 feet. All right, get to that corner. Can you see Takisha from there? I'm curious if you're dynamic lighting, how that works.
Yeah, she just comes into view when I rounded the corner.
Okay, interesting. She's down there fighting with a gnoll.
I think it's because I can see what she sees.
Maybe.
That makes sense.
I think I've got her emitting light. I don't think I have you control.
Right here is the light radius, and then I can see down to here. Kind
of in the darkness. She's like an island out there in the darkness? Or like a dim?
I can see down to here, where this line is, down the end of the tunnel. It's dim, but I can see down there.
Oh, okay. Okay. That second purple line.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I think that's because, like you said, it's exactly what you said. You can see the dim light that Takisha is emitting, as well as your own light. Okay. Adrian.
That's where I see.
Jesse's up. What do you think about this cavern, Jesse? What do you think about going gnoll hunting in a gnoll lair to help out your dwarven friend?
It's kind of dark. It's kind of stinky. We haven't found anything yet. No axe in sight.
Right.
Kind of
a few glowing mushrooms on the wall.
Yeah.
Want to eat those or spin the precious ankle twisting footsteps going into some of the alcoves to see if you can find 10 GPs in the Gnolls bedding?
No, I think I'm gonna just keep an eye out for anything strange coming our way.
You can move around 40 feet per round or so, I think I'm going to say. So you can do 3 rounds worth of movement. You can go ahead and move like 120 feet or so if you want to. So up to 120 feet if you want to go down the tunnel, the cave. Or if you just want to roam around up there in the alcoves, that's cool too.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too far away from Ku and anybody else.
Okay, I'll tell you what, when it's Ku's turn, if Ku does a walk, you can walk along, you can walk your token with Ku on Ku's turn if you guys want to go together. That'll work.
Excellent.
Some more gnolls. I've just got those on the run. And this gnoll, ooh, gotta roll to see if he spilled his... Okay, he's able to recover his potions, whatever he was holding. He doesn't have a staff. So I have an idea of something he might try to cast, but I have to actually look it up. Takisha, can you describe the situation for a second while I look it up? Because it's in the battle that you're in.
A random one? Are you sure it's not you? You could be pretty sure. You could be pretty sure.
All right. All right. He saving throw negates. Okay, you're gonna need to roll a saving throw. It's a D20. You're trying to roll it high, Lex. It's a saving throw versus spells. Let's see, you're a first level wizard. You need a 12 or higher. What'd you get? All right. The gnoll in front of you looks at you and says, hibernate. And he's holding a potion in each of his hands, and he just kind of gestures one of them at you, and he says, hibernate. And you kind of like look at him and blink, and like blink again. And then you're like, oh, well, okay. Yeah, you have no power over me, what you just said. All right, this guy is the one that is running away. Oh, and I know where he's going. Okay, let me move him his movement rate. Cool, fun tactic stuff. Ku's turn.
Ku's turn. It's the best time for Ku. We will move. Just like this. Wait, why aren't I moving?
You can do. I'm going to let you do a triple move, but at slow rate. So 40, 40, 40.
All right. Boink.
Okay, to there, you're at the top of a slope. And then the next 40, you're descending the slope.
Boink.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're almost to the bottom. You join the dwarf and the dog at the bottom of the slope. You can round the corner, it looks like so.
Haha!
Okay. Now you should be able to see out to where Takisha's fighting with a gnoll.
I do see that.
Yeah, they should be dimly lit in the distance. All right, and Adrian comes down along with you. So that consumes your time on the moves. Haedrig, you was already down there, so I guess you're up.
No, I spent my time moving with Havar'ti.
Okay.
I was up there with him when he noticed the sound, and we both went down together. So that's my turn.
All right. There's one more gnoll to go, and it's this one, which is okay. I'm actually gonna. Okay, yeah. That one was probably an extraneous one. Back to Takisha with a fresh initiative. Havar'ti is up.
He'll continue forward.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can reach
feet.
him.
60 feet from where you are, you can measure it out.
So it's about right here. And he'll go ahead and shake and shiver and start to grow once he sees the gnoll.
Move up.
Alright.
And that's it.
Several gnolls are making noise around the corner in the hallway. They're now making progress towards you guys. These ones, and they're saying, "Woof woof woof, intruders, woof woof." Okay, the staffless gnoll. He. Let's see. He casts a. He starts drawing. Let me double check. Yeah, he draws a little circle in the sand around himself, and a sickly green light goes up all around him, and then the light kind of disappears and just seems to go onto him like a green shell in some way. And Takisha, what's your alignment? You can whisper it to me if you need to. Oh, she's lawful evil. Okay. Okay. Guess he didn't know that. His bad. All right. Well, then the circle that he just created doesn't not affect you. It doesn't do anything to you. You're evil. This gnoll is running this way. And he gets over here and tells that guy about that. And this gnoll is out of it. He disappears. He goes out a concealed exit and leaves the initiative. Adrian's turn.
Just the one gnoll down there now?
No, there's several.
Oh wait, there's way more down at the bottom.
Yep.
Could be. They might be in other levels of the dungeon or other curves in the alcoves of the caves. It's a 3-level dungeon, but it's pretty much linear except for a few choice passageways. But you're in level 2. You're getting into level 2 now.
I'm gonna move to this position and I guess hold pending whatever happens next. I don't really have an attack to use at the moment. So.
All right. Sorry, Adrian.
That's okay.
We can get you a sling or something if you want something like that. So you've always got something to, give a shot with, even though.
I'll chuck a rock at the dogs.
Hey.
But at the distance you're at, maybe nothing applies. And how many spells left do you have on the day? 1?
No, 2, I think.
2 maybe. Okay, so you've got two spells held back. That's very good. Who's up?
All right. I will move. Double move. Right. So I'll run.
By the way, I'm looking at a different part of the map. So can you judge your own movement for the moment?
Yep, I did.
Okay,
And
awesome.
I will move down into the choke point and right past our friend, the suddenly stealthy fox who can climb upside down on ceilings. Whatever. So now I stand here in the hallway and I see those gnolls. Two-handed sword drawn, waiting for them to approach.
Awesome. I'd love to get a screenshot of this for the game for later. Does anybody want to do an explosion on the map? You can use your, now's a good time to use them if you want to. So smoke them if you got them as far as special effects. Yay, keep doing it. I'm almost ready to take the screenshot. Taking a picture in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Explosions. Oh, that looks really fiery. One more. Everybody smile for the camera. Here we go. Ready? Everybody smile. Go.
No one is ready.
Oh, that looked awesome. Okay, that's going to be great. That should do it. Oh, I forgot to smile for the webcam.
Oh my god,
you're
right. I should have fucking done that.
Okay, ready? This time everybody gets smile who's on camera, like has a smile in real life and also make an explosion in FX.
Oh, wait, smile in real
life? I got the chat. Yeah, like for the cam.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Where's my beholder? Ready? Here we go. Yeah, but I like doing them live. I don't know. You can do them off the stream. You're right. It goes into my file system this way. I like it. It's timestamped. I don't know.
All right,
you can do them
so
live. You can do them
aside
off.
from pictures and such, once I get to this spot and I say my bold statement, I quickly realize as Haedrig yells, "Throw your Gnoll busters!" But I forgot to do it. But next time.
No, I was saying give the Gnoll busters to Adrian so he can throw them as rocks.
Oh my God! I see. That would have been a good idea.
What are the Gnoll busters? The ball bearings?
Yeah.
All right. Did you roll your percentage recovery rate?
Yeah, I did. I got 89% of them back.
Ooh, nice. Okay, then they'll be just as effective, pretty much.
Yeah.
Great. Almost as much coverage as ever. All right. Did we get your turn done, Ku?
Yeah. I just ran down and took up a position, so they have to kind of get by me.
This guy is probably he'll bellow and say, he's way down the hall, so I'm not going to tell you. There's a dialogue. The viewers can go to a cut scene where Darth Vader is having a talk with his lieutenant right now, but that's in another room.
That's a whole other universe.
So that happens. Well, the fleeing captain is talking with the person who finally got to him with the news that you guys had made it this far in. So no, maybe he'll start coming back, or maybe he'll run away and hide, or maybe he'll set up traps for you. I don't know. He'll have to gauge his recruits, his reinforcements that he can bring. You hit. Okay. And which type of attack was it? You described it, I guess. Okay. Good attack. No. Would love to have some more spells listed out. What has he got left? So you're right there in front of him, and has he just been hit or disrupted? You just punched him just there, so he's disrupted. So he can't cast a spell at you. He doesn't have his staff anymore, and he was trying to keep those 2 potions from spilling. What's he gonna do? And Ku's right there too. He's just gonna try to get away from you guys. I'm gonna say he can move 30 feet. He wanted to go. Oh wait. Hey, Toga, buddy.
Hey, nobody.
Get him off me!
But that's my goddess. What'd you do to offend her?
I don't know, but I think
you should drop to your knees and try to make amends now. Maybe she'll spare your life.
One of my other mates agreed to, take some kind of message for her or something back deeper into the cave. I'll also bend the knee and give reverence.
Yeah, do what she says. She's very mad. She wants her axe back.
Haedrig's turn.
He's blocking the passageway, so I run up kind of behind him. And we're kind of blocking blocking the passage.
Gotcha.
Kind of the goal.
You can slip around in there if you want to, for sure.
Well, I go right over.
Yeah, that's a good spot. Anything like that, that's a good spot. Okay, that looks like you're blocking it up. That's good. I mean, there's still like a little bit of an open funnel there.
It's where my sword needs to swing if they go by me.
Yeah,
right.
That's where that two-handed sword is.
That's
right.
Here. I forgot about room for weapons.
Space.
Yeah, that is definitely for sure accurate. Chris's turn.
I like your art.
He'll walk over to this guy on his knees and attempt to bite at his neck while also pouncing on him.
Probably a good idea. Okay, because of the fact that he's on his knees, the 14 does hit, and you're also blessed, so 2 reasons it hits. Then a miss, and then a terrible miss. So you chip a tooth on the third one there. You bite into some gnoll bone, and you're like, this, tastes a little cannibalistic to me right now, and isn't good. So natural 1 there, but you did the 7 points of crushing damage, almost killing that gnoll. The what's a word for it? Like the worshipping gnoll. There's a better word for it though. The prostrated gnoll. Yes.
Not the prostate gnoll. The prostrated.
Prostrate.
Yeah, you said it all right. You just made it weird now.
Well, I love vocabulary, so. These gnolls start shooting arrows up at Ku and Haedrig.
What?
Yeah.
That's very rude.
Yeah, that's what this one does. So
They're gonna regret that.
I don't have them grouped right now. It's just the one. Okay, natural 20 and then a modified 13. So I'm gonna say natural 20 went against Haedrig and the modified 13 against Ku. Does that hit you, Ku?
That does not hit me.
Okay, 2 damage on Haedrig. Do you survive it?
Yes.
Okay, that was 2 arrows from 1 gnoll. He did, he got his full round action. So technically that takes him over the course of this 1 minute that we're going through. He shot twice, and the second shot, or the first shot, hit you natural 20. Second one missed. So the first one was like this remarkable shot from way across the room in the darkness.
Right in the weak spot.
Jesse's turn.
Okay, so we got shooting arrow gnolls down below, and we got a prostrate gnoll up here, huh?
Yeah, that's almost dead.
I'm going to move forward and
You should be able to see 3 gnoll
I see 3
enemies
gnolls down there.
deeper into the cavern, basically at the bottom of level 2.
I guess I'll try sleep on those little devils.
It's not. All right.
Love it.
Yep, I think you can get all of them in your radius, but it depends on hit dice. How many? Oh, you get 4 hit dice worth of them, so you're going to get 2 of them. So 2 of them go to sleep. I will mark them as such and lay them down. They, being gnolls, they just kind of look around for their hay bales, and then they're like, we'd have to climb all the way back to the top of the cave to find our hay bales. I'm just gonna lay down here. Cool, and they kind of lay down back to back. They fall asleep. There they are, sleeping. Pretty effective spell, Jesse.
Very boring, but very useful.
Lots of uses. I mean, I play a lot of games where people cast magic missile over and over, so at least it's a variation from that. It's tough at first level. You've applied it, strategically though, tactically. Gotten a lot of bang for the buck with it. Ku's turn. Again, it's still, sloping slightly down across this room, but not as much as on the earlier passageways. Okay, go on, Ku.
All right, so I will move boldly right here. Well, not quite on top of it.
Move boldly.
Yeah, like here, like that. And that one guy who is still there, I will come down, and all the while muttering about the interminable darkness of the dankness, and I'll be very crotchety because they tried to stab me earlier, and I will swing my 2-handed sword in a vicious arc of justice and fury.
And the Silkian Way.
Exactly.
Very
AC
good.
12.
No miss.
It whistles. Right. Wait, AC because of 13 instead.
13 still miss. You need 15.
Aren't we blessed? Oh,
yeah, you are blessed. I don't know what other bonuses would you have. Yeah, blessed would give you +1.
Probably say bless expired.
Yeah,
I'm only level 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
you mentioned it was expired, but
All right, Bless is probably running out. Yeah.
They were still going to honor the coupon.
Okay, so just basically not a hit. You did your movement, but not a hit. Okay, these two guys. Okay, he is still casting any helps and buffs that he can on his leader. Okay, so that's the end of the round. So those two got to stay put for now. And Takisha's turn. This is kind of funny for me. It's probably pinging you guys into the total blackness when I'm modifying the enemies, or were you able to see the ones that were deep down in the cave a second ago?
No, it didn't move me either.
Oh, it didn't even move you?
Nope.
Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Hmm. All right. 1 second. I will answer you. He will answer you more quickly than I'm doing it. Give me just a couple minutes. My answer didn't come up. Of Yi. He says no because he worships Yi Nogu and he won't convert.
You wish to die.
All right, you kill him. And it says Jesse's
gonna
go.
pass this turn because he's not gonna be of much use.
Aww.
So
yeah, it's hard when you're a low-level magic user, isn't
time
it?
for the dwarf to step up and take something out.
Yeah, because you're kind of saving your last spell for what you think might be like a last encounter after this one.
Yeah. There's no point in putting myself in danger trying to kill something that somebody else can kill.
Adrian, I'll give you one thing to do off turns. It sounded like Lex had a suggestion too, but roll a d6 and search for secret doors or concealed doors. That's always something you can spend around doing because everybody else is over there fighting and all that boring stuff. A 2, huh? You being a human, you need a 1. So if you ever do that and you roll a 1, light me up.
Will do.
Yeah. So I come barreling down just like Ku does, and let's see, what do I want to use? I think I'll just battle axe this dude.
Yeah, totally. Melee him. He's only double your level. Nice.
So 21 to hit. Probably he's small or is he large? Small.
This
most
guy,
likely.
right?
Yeah.
He's killed that.
So I just come down and come down there and just basically, as Ku swung and missed, I come from behind and just battle axe him. Boop.
Mm-hmm. Ku's turn after a little action down deeper in the corridors. Nothing really that would resonate up here. Ku and Haedrig, I don't think it's too far away for you to hear anything really happening deeper in the cave with the sounds of battle here.
And these guys are pretty incapacitated.
They're incapacitated, exactly. So
I'm going to leave them and continue down the cave space a little bit to about right here. And listen and see if I can detect any sound coming from either way of those two branches in the cave.
All right.
And I will. What is my?
Do you know your perception score? Yeah, let's do a perception roll.
Let
Go
me
under
take a
your
look.
percent. Yeah,
It's
it
on
won't
my
come up in my
sweetness.
macro, sadly. So it won't
My
help to do
perception
the
is a
chat macro.
14.
Okay, good. So D20,
Yeah.
your best rolls will be a 14, a 13, or a 1. A 15 through 20 would be a fail. Okay, a moderate success. You hear voices that you cannot identify, probably just the growling of gnolls, deeper into level 3. Some distance away.
To which?
Not the alcove to the north of you, but
Okay.
the longer tunnel to the southeast.
Perfect.
Sleeping. I'm going to take him out of the initiative. Havar'ti's turn. Lex, I see where you're writing in chalk. I see that. That's cool.
Is the one near Lex dead or is still alive?
Dead. Should have got X'd out.
We got these two south, Chris, that aren't dead. They're asleep.
He was X'd out, but I can't quite tell. Maybe it's he's got a red shirt, so the X is hard to see. Yeah, that one's asleep. Those two are asleep, Chris.
He'll do the same thing. He'll stand over top of them, straddling them, and bite down on their neck, and stomp on them.
There we go. All right, you smashed that one. This next one is already gone, so he's out of the initiative, and I'll re-roll for a new round just to refresh it and maybe have a new order. Who is the one who's up?
All right.
Leading the charge.
Yeah.
I like how dynamic lighting works there, because like you don't really know that that's an alcove to the north of you, but from your hearing, you can kind of tell that it's a smaller, less mileage to the north, more mileage to the southeast. Plus, that's the way you heard the voices from.
All
so
right.
you choose this path, and you get a double action because you're super fat.
Yeah, I'm so super quick. Of course I do.
So you can move another 30 feet or so.
So I'll make it all the way down there. Okay.
All right. Wow. All right. Getting down into the. It's going down. You're sloping down now. You can tell you're proceeding from level 2 to level 3 now in D&D dungeon terms.
Of course.
The first one to go down to level 3.
Haedrig so long, he's just, some of his native dwarven ability to navigate underground has been because he speaks in so many underground metaphors, and I'm like, oh, this is what he means when he's talking about the slope of your walk is pointed downhill or some shit.
A minute ago he wouldn't go in a cave, and now he's like charges ahead.
Oh yeah. Now it's fine. I have a torch. It's all good.
Thank you, RainbowSilks. This is fun. Adrian's turn.
I'm gonna move down here and just
chill. 15 more minutes. We'll just play up to we'll play to the maximum this time. They're not necessarily time in the game session time for after talk, because we're just gonna play up to the max and see if you guys can finish out this dungeon or if it's a cliffhanger till next week. So we'll see what happens in 15. I may try to go quick. All right, Adrian, what's up?
I'm moving here and then I'll just pass.
Okay. Takisha, you're writing things, and you can go ahead and get a move or whatever you want. Oh, she says something. Lex, you can also say it in real life or in voice it. Yeah. They headed south, and then they're aiming east next, so you sort of catch up to the party on your turn. Havar'ti's turn. Havar'ti. You want to stomp out this last null?
Yep.
You do.
He's going to do the same.
You stomp him out. All right, so Gnolls' turn. Okay, these guys, they're not ready to move forward. They'll just hang out there. Haedrig's turn. I think it might be down to those last two guys. You've killed almost all the Gnolls now. Yeah, it's down to the sort of final encounter on level 3. And 2 is just like a round or so ahead of you guys.
The intersection, I see it's a dead end. And then I kind of move. I'm trying to think how far.
Okay, try and keep track of Yeah, keep track of your rates. I think you may have even overdone it. I don't know. I think for you, I was saying 40 feet. So you could make it to the entrance of this. You couldn't even do your whole alcove exploration.
That's good enough because I could see down there.
Your normal movement rate is like, well, it's 60 in 2E, but I like to do it 90. 60 or 90. Something between that. But in the cave, careful footing, so I'm going to say 40 for you. It was 30 for the humans who didn't have infravision. And so you start moving about. And it looks like I would want to roll Inish again. Guess so. Who's up again? Who you can double again. You can double again.
It is the coup show. It's a coup.
Surely seems that way. I mean, you're soloing level 3. Unless you choose to trek backwards, you're now like 4 moves ahead of the party.
I don't go backwards. I go one way.
Great.
You might go in a circle.
I like it. I'm really liking this dungeon. This is really fun. It's great.
I have run like real time, like maybe 20 seconds down the thing, right? Moved quickly down the passage, realize I'm now fairly far away from my friends. Perhaps this was not as smart a plan as I had thought, but it is very brave.
It is very brave. I commend King 2. This could be the stuff of legend someday, or the end of your legend. Havar'ti, you can go 60 feet in a round, and you got a 1 round of action. Yeah, you can move to there. That'd be fine. Okay. You enter an area up there and explore, finding that it's a small alcove, and your ears can detect that a longer passageway lies to the south.
All right.
Haedrig, you roll, let's see, you already rolled 3d6 earlier, and you got it for level 3, which this is the transition to level 3, so you can tell that it's a steep slope down here, and you should step carefully.
Yeah, that's about 40 feet. So
40 feet or so.
Barely see a big, huge shape down the hallway, I think.
Awesome.
No, I can't. I could see his light.
Oh.
I could see a light ahead, but I can't see. I'm assuming it's Ku.
Right. You just see the distant glow of torchlight, and you can't quite make out Ku's figure in the infravision in the distance.
When I'm done. So whoever's next.
Oh, thank you for EOT. That was nice. EOT is a little pink button. You can click it when it's the end of your turn.
So I'm going to move as far as I can and pass on to the next person.
All right. He EOT'd. Nice. All right. I will EOT the Gnolls. And the Flind. Oops, I should have rolled a new one, but we'll recycle the same initiative. So Ku, a 1-round action, not a double.
Oh, gosh. All right. Fine.
Yeah, you have the -1, but I just recycled. It wasn't a freshie, so.
Right. Then I will move roughly to there.
Okay. Takisha, it's downhill here. You can move it about 40 feet around. Being infravision bearing. All right. You were quiet there, Lex. Anything? Okay. Chris's turn. We're just moving quickly along, to get to the end. It's almost bedtime in UK, GMT. Thanks for playing late with us if you got the early stuff to do.
Is GMT Game Master time?
Yes, yeah, in Game Master time. Greenwich Mean Time.
I spent months thinking of that joke, so please laugh.
Oh, thanks. I laughed. I legit laughed. I don't think anyone else did, so I did. I like jokes that I can get. So corny little ones are fine. Adrian.
I like jokes I think.
Adrian's going to move again.
Okay. And then EOT yourself. Thank you. And then I'll skip past the Gnolls, or what I'll do is I'll re-roll the Inish. Here we go. Fresh Inish for round 7.
Ah.
Oh, okay. This guy now he's coming up. Okay, so now this guy charges at you, Ku. Let me see how far he can go though. Can you see him yet, by the way? You probably can't.
I see something in the shadow, but not for reals.
Okay, all right, he comes charging up at you, and swings a heavy-looking axe. Let me turn the icon around and have him face you.
He does he?
There.
Well, then.
And we've got sizes approximately represented. I mean, I think I overdid it a little bit on the Flind. He's
Well,
there.
I know he's large, so that helps.
He's like 12 feet tall or something, or 10 or 12. I'm not 100% sure he's large, actually. Let me check.
That's large, I'm pretty sure.
You're 7 feet, right?
No, I'm 6'3".
Okay, so you're 6'3", and this guy is, I will see his size. He's okay, this guy's 7 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall. He's 7.5 feet tall, and he is size large. You're right, he's size large.
Oh!
I'm about to lay waste to his ass with my... Well, you'll see, unless he kills me.
Okay.
Unless he kills you outright.
Which is possible.
So, let's see. Oh... Yeah, it's definitely possible. How many hit points does he have left? Did you get? Hopefully, you got cured at some point.
I got.
I think this is going to come up as a hit because it comes up to a modified 19.
A modified 19 will hit me.
Okay, what's your alignment?
My alignment is chaotic neutral.
Good. Then his circle of protection from good will not edge you out. But you take 3 points of damage from his magic axe.
All right.
Oops. I don't know why I did it on the icon. Okay. Lex. Just measuring it out. Let's try to have this guy do the roar. Says the Flind. The Flind. This is the end of the Flind. Now that Ku has seen the Flind, it's gonna be the end of the Flind. Natural 1, you'll hit Ku in the back.
So lucky he lost his kinghood.
She's not good. You're not good aligned, so you don't have a minus. 12's a miss, though. Probably get 2 shots in a round.
You do?
Rate of fire 2. $13 is also a miss. Adrian, do your movement.
Adrian!
Ku is next. Oops, I accidentally skipped because he did EOT and I clicked it. But it is Ku's turn and then Havar'ti.
All right.
So Ku's the one who's up on the scene. So this is important. Let's see what happens.
The sting of the axe. I will yell back. You shall not taste my blood this day. Today, victory shall be mine. And I hit an AC of 20 modified.
Okay, you hit him.
For 10 points of damage.
Okay, good. Significant hit against the Flind. All right. Haedrig's turn. And what was that with? Weapon?
Two-handed sword.
Cool. Haedrig's turn.
Well, shorty, stumpy little dwarf legs only move me so far.
Yeah. Bit restricted by movement, but you're almost there. I mean, you're within sight of a battle now. Okay. I'll take a D. Actually, you already rolled 3d6 earlier, and you got a 1 for your last d6. So you detect that there's a further slope going down across the room from you.
I wonder how you say change them.
Cover me.
I'm trying to modify that cover me thing and make it where you can put your own words in there.
Oh, that's fine.
I want every character to have
rush of battle. Then I'm clearly engaged in hyper rage mode, king mode, and going faster than I've ever gone again, swinging my two-handed sword in a vicious backhanded strike. Missing. I'm clearly going too fast. Yes. slow, and just need to slow it down a little bit. Technique again. I was just really like, no, okay, back off. Breathe, time it again. The darkness.
I love cinematics and narratives. I'm all about the the narrator voice in the comics, like not just the quotes of the character, but when you're telling me what they did, that's really exciting. You're good at that too, as well as voicings. Yep. Okay. Okay, I'll forward it. Haedrig's turn. Sorry about your misses.
Let's see. What can I do? Oh yeah, I can move close to this.
You guys are doing great, and if I'm going fast at all, it's just because we're basically at the end.
I am good. So I guess if his protection still works, so
he has a protection from evil. So I think I actually need to look what that does to you. Let's see. I'm not sure if that edges you out. It just -2s you, doesn't it? Yeah,
yep.
That's what. Yeah, it's just gonna be a hit penalty. Okay, very good. I don't know what was so funny. I missed it. Sorry, guys.
No,
I'm
it's
going
okay.
fast because it's the end of session.
Yeah. It's a timing thing.
Okay. Get wrecked.
Jesse or Havar'ti? I might have skipped Havar'ti.
Jesse, you can forward.
Yeah, you can scuttle forward, Jesse. You probably know about the right movement, right? All right, Flynn's turn. There's a debate in the D&D community whether it's pronounced Flind or Flind. Do you guys want to vote on it? I guess type FLIND if you think it's Flind, and type FLIEND if you think it. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? Well, you got to say which one you want. So I guess type FLEEND if you think it's Flind.
I don't live in a democracy. I'm a king. We don't really have a vote on how things go. When there's confusion over how it's pronounced,
I mean, that's just that, and that was in character, by the way. That's what he said to you, Koo. He was.
Oh
yeah.
The
Gnolls said that. I should have done it in a more dog voice, more dogmatic.
Yeah, you should.
But he's rolled his strike against you, and he's 1 minute of time passes, so in combat, so it's several strikes and hits, and you can tell Koo that he's trying to wrap his axe kind of around your sword, and if he can get it ledged just right on your sword, he's gonna use a nunchuck in his other hand to kind of wrap up the hilt of your sword and pull it away from you, but he's not able to do it on this round. So he's trying to get his axe buried in the hilt of your sword so you can kind of start prying it away from your hand, but he doesn't succeed this round. Ooh, this one.
Oh shit, Flintbar!
All right. 3d4 plus. Or I won't even roll the +1. So, okay. 1 point of damage on Haedrig. 3 points. I'm sorry. 3 points of damage on Haedrig. 1 point of damage on Koo, and 1 point of damage on Havar'ti, as some magic missiles shoot up from in the darkness in the hall below. So their little dog claws shoot up out of the darkness below.
A stinging blast of magic. I shrug off the 1 point of damage.
Havar'ti is going to run full speed and attempt to jump over Silk on top of the one here.
All right. Silk, do you do a crouch thing so that the Wizen can...
Yeah, just randomly, I just crouch.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like coordinated? Maybe you guys, maybe if you guys, cheerleaders would do that. Like if you're on a cheerleading team or something and it was coordinated. So you don't have this coordinated. So an uncoordinated Saint Bernard leap off of your 7 foot tall standing shoulders. Yeah.
Havar'ti and I aren't on the same cheer squad. It's really weird.
Havar'ti, this one's going to be ruled if you succeed at the jump and hit the Flind or the Flind. If you miss, you have a knockdown % on Koo. Miss, hit. Knockdown percent on Ku. You do not knock Ku down, and you do jump over Ku. So the first paw seems quite misplaced on Ku, like it's kind of probably on your waist, on your belt loop or something, and you get pushed forward, but you stand and hold tight. The second paw goes on your shoulder, and then paw 3 and 4, and he leaps into the air and hits the Flind with one paw for 5, and then bites him for 9 more, a total of 14 damage on the Flind in a dog attack.
Oof.
Fresh initiative for round 9. The dog gets to go again. He's quickest at the initiative this time. Havar'ti, you're up.
With my momentum and landing, I'll kind of spin around behind him and go in again.
Awesome.
With 2 natural 20s.
Both
you actually slay him, so anything more that you can say about it, it was a cooperative effort. You kill-stealed him from Ku, and there's still a magic user down the hallway who just shot magic missiles. So it's up to you what you do.
No, I guess just with the momentum spinning around, I ended up latching onto him last round with my teeth, and he just yanked off a big chunk of flesh from one of his arteries.
The Gnoll takes his turn to run away. There's one living Gnoll. He's a spellcasting living, or I don't know. I'm not going to say how many there are, but you know of one more Gnoll that's further down the hallway, and he turns tail and runs the other way. That was his turn. Takisha's turn. Yeah. Good night, Lex. Can you leave the stream going for a few minutes while you brush your teeth and stuff? Okay. All right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, we'll say farewell to the stream then. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Those who can stay and play a little bit longer, we will. We'll finish out this quest, and we'll pick up next week with a new quest. We'll go episodic play, and pick up next week with a